Hello there, my name is Stu. Welcome to Stu FM. We are here to stream some Football Manager today. This is going to be both a stream and also a long form video over on YouTube as well. So if you're watching on YouTube, hello, welcome to the channel. If you're watching on Twitch, hello, welcome to the channel. We're going to be playing Football Manager 26. We're going to be playing with Liverpool. Currently, it's not going as well as we'd like it to be. It's not going badly, but we're a bit more like real life than we probably want to be, so we need to try and put that right, and that's what we're going to be doing today. But if you are watching this either live or in the future, then thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you have a lovely time, and if you are enjoying the video, or if you do go on to enjoy the video, then don't forget to leave a like on the video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button on YouTube as well, and also leave a follow on Twitch as well. It'd make me very happy. Right, enough of the shameless plugging and shenanigans. Let's actually get into the game, shall we? And let's see what we've got to work with. There we go. So let's have a look and see what we're doing. So in terms of how we are currently positioned in the Premier League, it's not going as well as I'd probably like it to be. We're currently 4th. It's not the end of the world, but it ain't great either. So we need to do something about that and get that sorted. So let's get about sorting that now. I don't quite have a good judge of how many games we're going to be getting through per stream at the moment, because again, I'm fairly not necessarily new to streaming, but I'm like a returning streamer, so it's been a little while. So it's going to take a bit of judgment. Now, Crystal Palace 2-2 is the last result that we've just had. We've got Atletico Madrid coming up. Yeah, because that won't be tough. Then we've got Chelsea, because that won't be tough. I think I remember talking about this in the last stream, actually. We've got a really difficult run of games. We've got Madrid and Chelsea, long international break. Then we've got Man United, Galatasaray, and then Brentford. So we want to get to around here. I mean, if we could end with Villa today, I'd be really happy, because they're my boys. I'm also just going to add a bit more light onto the subjects, because that was quite dark, actually. But yes, we're going to see how we get on. Now, and the one thing I'm a bit conscious of is just how loud I am compared to the music. I don't want the music to be too loud, so I've just adjusted it a little bit more. I might have a test of that as we go and just see how we're getting on. But yeah, let's get into things, shall we? Let's hit that. In fact, no, before we hit continue, there's one more change I'm going to make, and that is I finally sorted my training out, but I need to actually implement it onto this save. So for anyone who doesn't know, I do my own training, so we're going to just add the schedules into the relevant weeks and get that sorted. So create new schedule, and let's load them. And you can see I've got not all of the ones I normally have, but I've got kind of the core ones, the pre-season ones, and then the primary training ones as well. Now, I'm actually going to add in the primary training ones first. It does sometimes. There we go. That's what it needs to do. So training 1G, save the schedule, and then we're going to do the same again. Load up training 2G. Normally I'd put the pre-season ones on first, but realistically we use the in-season ones more often, so it doesn't really make that much sense to do it that way. So let's save that schedule, and then do the others. Right, now we don't need to do the others just yet, because again, they're pre-season ones. The only ones I haven't done is I haven't got one for 3 weeks, I haven't got one for when we don't have a game, and I do have one for a cup final as well, but that's a bit presumptuous at this point. I just haven't added those ones into the game yet, so I'll do those as and when we need to. But now they're added in, we can go back to the calendar, we can go back to training, and it's 2 game weeks. So let me... Can I change it? How do I did this before, a lot easier. Great schedule. Oh, have I not properly saved them? Okay, well, let's call that training 2G, confirm. Go back. Then how do I actually get to it? I don't actually know. I can get to my new training schedule that I've built. I did it on my Birmingham City save quite easily. But it doesn't look like it's letting me do it. Unless, if I just click on here, now that does the actual... Okay. I'd like to use that schedule, sir, if I may. Yeah, now I've got 2 training 2Gs, so delete one of them. We don't need both of them. Okay. Might be Football Manager doing a Football Manager. Fancy that. Go into it this way. Will it let me select it? It's not letting me select it. Oh, that's really annoying. I don't want to have to redo the schedule every single time. Again, for my Birmingham City save, it worked absolutely fine. There was no issue with it whatsoever. My Birmingham City save, by the way, I think is coming out today. I don't think it's come out yet. A quick double check. Yeah, it's not come out yet. So my Birmingham City save will be coming out today at 4 PM. Why is it not letting me do that? Right, well, let me do it. Is it because this week has already started or something stupid like that? Are we technically on this week? 27th. Not technically on this week, so why will he not let me change it? But it'll let me change next week's to a custom schedule, which is weird. It'll let me do it the game where we've got the week where we've got Man United as well. So I'll pop that one on straight away. But for this week, it won't let me do it, which is really weird. Okay, I am going to do the schedule because, you know, I want to give us the best chance of winning. So, what we got? We've got just before the Atletico Madrid game, we're going to change that. We're going to change that to technical, and we're going to go chance conversion. We want to make sure our finishing is spot on for it. We're then going to do a match review after the game, after recovery as well. And then I think what we'll do is we'll do an overall, just get everyone involved, and then we're going to do the Chelsea. So we're probably going to be a bit more counter-attacking in that one. So we'll go attack direct, and we'll go a defensive one. We'll go defending disengaged for that one. We'll go with that. And then I would like to do set pieces. However, I want to make sure our finishing is spot on because our finishing has been a little bit lackluster recently. We've scored plenty of goals, but we also waste a lot of chances as well. So we'll do that. And then we'll pop in a match review here. And then we're obviously going into the international break at this point. Now, this is the schedule that I've not sorted yet, but we'll do a training week, 1 week to fill the gap. And then we'll do another overall, and we'll do attacking shadow play and defensive shadow play here, and then over here we'll do some match tactics, do a tactical. I don't really use that often actually. And then we're going to do a match tactics here. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. I'll do it. And then training week 1, that'll be that. And then we're going to do training 2G. Let's have a look how that lines up. That is exactly how that week should look as well, which is perfect. I'm really happy with how that's kind of laid in there. The only thing we haven't got is we haven't got chance conversion here. So I better change chance conversion into that one, and that one as well. Again, I just want to make sure if we're doing nothing else that we're hitting the target as best as we can be. And then for this week where we've got 2 games, just that 1 week it doesn't want me to do the training for, which is weird. Right, this week it's going to be slightly different because of the gaps with the games, so I'm quite happy with that, although I am going to change this to set piece routines, and we'll change this to overall, And we'll change this to shot stopping. Great stuff. Okay. As a schedule going forward, I'm quite happy with that. We've obviously had to make things up a little bit on this week, but I'm quite happy with that in general. So we'll go with that. Feels good to me. I'm pretty sure that will have changed my responsibilities. I'm sure it will have done. Responsibilities. Quick check. Delegation. Training. Right, we're going to take control of it now. And I'm going to take control of individual training as well. Confirm that. So it's now all on me. Now, individual training. Right, let's have a quick look at our units. I've not delved into training so far on FM, so I know it's not everyone's forte, but for me, it's part of the game that I enjoy. The goalkeepers isn't completely as you'd expect. Now, defending unit. Of all of the things that don't pop out, this is quite interesting that this is one of them that doesn't pop out. Beatic, Ramsey, yeah, Conor Bradley, Luke Chambers, Gomez, Endo, Intelwood, Robertson, Konate, yeah, that's fine. These guys were, I mean, they're not playing as defensive midfielders for us at the moment, so we'll keep them in the attacking one at the time being. Same with Gravenberch. Yeah, we probably don't need to do anything with that, which is great. Oh, okay, that's pretty cool. We can do that. That's pretty handy. I like that. Okay, fine. Cool. So let's go to individual training. Okay, this looks pretty much as it did before. Let's sort it by racing. Praise your training. Praise Dom's training as well. I won't praise anyone else's because no one's got over an 8, so we'll leave it at that. Right, let's make sure people are playing in the positions that we want them to be in. So he's going to be, realistically, he's going to be a backup attacking midfielder. So let's have him with that. And let's have him be a... He'll be dropping into the midfield, so let's have him be a central midfielder. I think. Individual training focus final third, that's fine. I need to work on the training intensity as well, but that's him done. Right, Szoboszlai. Probably fine. Attacking movement, that's okay. Normal intensity, we'll leave that for now. I mean, he's just going to be a goalkeeper, but let's have him be a ball-playing goalkeeper. And we want him to be a sweeper keeper. Now, I need to change you, and you're going to be an attacking midfielder, whether you like it or not, I'm afraid. We'll have you be a channel midfielder. Out of possession. Gonna need you to be a... I'm a central midfielder. That's going to be difficult, but we'll go with that. Yeah, that's fine. Pressing fullback is fine. So some of these are absolutely as they should be, which is great. Florian Wirtz, training is a free role. I am going to change that to advanced playmaker. And then I'm going to have him be a central midfielder on defence. Yep, they're fine. Don't know who you are. You are going to be a... I don't even know what I've currently got you playing as, actually. Let's have a quick check. Actually, let's have a quick double check of the tactic, actually, because it's been a little while since I played it. Now, I was going between tactics. I think what we're going to do is, that's the original plan. These guys are going to cover out wide. I'm actually going to have these guys just as fullbacks. Let's not do anything fancy with them. I'm going to have Endo drop deep. TK is going to help out. Salah's going to stay forward. And then in possession, I'm going to go back on my word again, and we're going to do that. I want these guys getting in and getting forward. Now, Wirtz is going to change to an advanced playmaker. going to have one of these guys be a centre mid. I want them to be a channel midfielder. Got the playmaker there. The channel midfielder, channel forward. Got this person, whoever's here, is going to be a centre forward. We're going to go with that and see how we get on. Yeah. Very attacking, but I like attacking. So, you know, is what it is. Right. Now, based on that, Vert is going to have his backup in the form of Curtis Jones. And Gravenberch and Szoboszlai are going to be the central midfielders. And to be fair, Jones will probably end up playing there, actually thinking about it, purely because we've got him, we've got McAllister, Chiesa and Gakpo are both going to be attacking midfielders. Now, the only problem with both Chiesa and Gakpo is they don't play as central midfielders, which means when they drop back into the out-of-possession version, it's not going to work quite as well, but they're going to have to find a way to make it work, quite frankly. They're going to have to find a way to make it work. Right. Okay, so that makes sense. Let's go back to training. And then go back to individual training. So Gravenberch, that's where we've got to. So Gravenberch is going to be centre mid, and he's going to be the one who's going to be playing as a central midfielder, and he will be a wide covering central midfielder as well, which is what we've got him as, which is perfect. Right, Salah. He's going to be playing as a striker. He's going to be playing as a channel forward, which has been doing very well so far. And I think he's currently playing as a centre forward out of that. Ekitike is not going to be an attacking midfielder. I've changed my mind on that one. He's going to be a centre forward, and he's going to be a tracking centre forward. Now, McAllister, currently not in the team because of that injury. When he comes back into the team, central midfielder or channel midfielder? Probably central midfielder, which means that he is going to be a wide covering central midfielder when he's back. Probably need to criticise his development a little bit. Oh, that's worked nicely. Right, Chiesa. We're not playing with wingers, so in possession you're going to be an advanced playmaker. What's your passing like? 14. Vision is 13. I mean, it's not the best, so do you know what? For you, you're actually going to be a channel midfielder when you play, but you're going to have to learn to be a wide covering central midfielder, which you're 27. It's probably not the right thing to ask you to learn at this point, but you're going to have to learn it. I mean, to be fair, between him and Gakpo, actually, I'm going to do it with Gakpo as well. It feels ridiculous. However, the reason why I'm doing it is because Chiesa actually has better finishing. So actually Chiesa might end up being the backup striker and Gakpo will keep as the attacking midfielder. So we're needing to be a wide covering central midfielder as the attacking midfielder. I mean, what's his passing like? 14, vision's 13. His is not particularly great either. So yeah, we'll ask him to be a channel midfielder, a wide covering central midfielder, which means Chiesa will go back to being a channel forward. And he can be centre forward. There we go. Right. Alisson, the most obvious one in the world. Ball playing goalkeeper, sweeper keeper. Now, Jackie Boy is going to be a defensive midfielder. Going to be that. And then out of possession is going to be a drop-in defensive midfielder. Joe Gomez is not going to be a defensive midfielder. What is that all about? He's going to be a ball playing centre-back. And a centre-back. I don't quite know why it had him as that. That's a bit weird. Calvin Ramsey. Don't need to worry about him. Don't need to worry about him. Don't need to worry about him. Virgil's training's not been very good recently. Bit concerning. He is 34 though. I didn't realise he's so old really. Actually. Right. Leone. Gonna have you be... Oh, in fact, what's your... First touch and dribbling are not particularly great. We'll just have him be a centre-back. He's not going to be a no-nonsense centre-back. That'd be ridiculous. Then he's going to be a centre back there. Perfect. Endo, defensive midfielder. Dropping defensive midfielder. Connor Bradley. A bit disappointed in him actually at the moment. Right, he's going to be a wing back. We'll have him be an advanced wing back, the same as Frimpong, and then he'll be a fullback in defence. And then Isak's obviously currently out injured. Why is he being trained as a winger? That's ridiculous. He is going to be a centre forward, and he's going to be a tracking centre forward. Right. Pretty happy with all of those. I just need to go back to Frimpong and change him to a wing back, advanced wing back, and Andrew Robertson as a wing back, left wing back. Then I think I'm going to change these back to fullbacks. And then Kakers, we'll do the same thing to him, left wing back, and he's going to be a fullback. Right, I'm pretty happy with that. Now, the only other thing I need to work out is, I think it's going to be in here, training intensity. We'll go double intensity for here. We want to make sure that all of these guys, I'm going to assume there's no way to select all of them. I'll just hold it and do that. No, okay, fine. But it is what it is. No, we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that at all. What I'll do is select all of them. I don't know if this is going to work, actually. But we're going to find out. I told you on automatic anyway. Okay, cool. So it should set any of them, now that we've done that, to double. That should work. Is my understanding that that should work. We'll come back to that and have a check. But I think that is training pretty much done. I'm pretty happy with that. We just need to get our tactical familiarity with this formation. Again, we've kind of customized it a little bit. So we need to be aware of that. I mean, our team shape now looks like this, which is fine. I'm not unhappy about that. In possession, we look like that. Out of possession, we look like that. It should do the job, I think. It should do the job. I might at some point change it so these guys go wide as well. But for now, I'm quite happy with how it looks. Right, counter-attack, tempo, standard, passing directness. Do you know what? We're going to go standard passing directness. Attacking width. Let's go a bit narrower. Counter-attacking. Fine with that, fine with that, fine with that. Okay. Dribbling is fine. Patience is fine for now. Those are all fine. Happy with those. Progression. Supporting runs. Both flanks is going. That's perfect. Dribbling is balanced. That's fine. We're going to go through the middle and we're passing into space. That's all fine. And build up. Play through the press. I'm going to take that off and go back to balance because that was working for us to begin with. We're going to go for short passing out. Distribute quickly. And we're going to our centre backs. That's absolutely fine. Now, just have a quick check of all of this. We're high press. I'm going to take that to normal. I'm going to push that up a little bit. Trigger press, we're going to go for it. We're counter pressing as well, and we're getting stuck in, which is great. Now we're trapping teams inside. To be honest, I think we're going to trap them outside. I've changed my mind on that one. Because we are quite a narrow team anyway. It feels silly to not be taking advantage of that. We're going to stop their goalkeeper distribution and try and get them to launch it. We're going to trap them on the outside. That's fine. I'm going to try and stop the crosses coming in where possible. Yeah, that should all be fine. I'm happy with that. Okay. Now, I'm just thinking, should we rest the players? 27th. Our next game is the 30th. I think we give the players a day off. Training. There needs to be like a select all. What about this? Take him off. Actions, no. There does really need to be a select all option somewhere. Or to be able to drag all of those would be ideal. We don't need that quite as big as it is. Means I can. Why is assists over here? Let's move that back to there. Means I can make that bigger. Have form pride in place. Do that. There we go. Crap with how that looks. That's excellent. Right. So, in terms of, that's in the wrong place as well. That. Why do you not? There we go. Thank you. Goals, XG. Yeah, perfect. Right. Condition. Players who need a rest. Vert, Endo, Frimpong, Robertson, Virgil, Dom. Oh, that's going to get annoying, isn't it? I can just tell. In fact, we'll rest everyone who played in that last game. Or everyone who's at least got that fitness kind of symbol. Right. Training, rest players, 1 day. Perfect. So that still works similarly to what it worked before. Just a little bit more tricky to actually get to. Which is fine. It's okay. Right, now forgive me. I am going to be eating while I'm on this stream. I've literally woke up and come straight onto the stream. So I've got some fruit. Because why not? Because why the devil not? Right. Atletico Madrid. That is going to be a difficult game. I'm not expecting us to win necessarily. I'd like to win. But just because I'd like to win doesn't mean it will definitely happen. Right. So Szoboszlai is going to be having a new contract. He's going to be signing his new contract soon, which is great. It doesn't look like Villa were doing too good in this save, which hurts me a little bit. Makes me sad. Lost my mouse. Oops. Makes me very sad as a Villa fan. If, by the way, you've noticed that I've just mentioned I'm a Villa fan. And I've also mentioned earlier that I'm doing a Birmingham City save. You didn't miss here. Don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it at all. Right. Have a look. What are these player aggressions? I don't like that view. Keep that. That could afford to be a bit clearer. It's fine. I'll allow it. Okay, Dom signed his new contract, which is great. Happy with that. Elliott is injured with a hernia at Villa. If I can get him back in January, I'd be really happy. Right. Dom's happy. Tactical advice. What do they reckon? I'm not going to do a balanced mentality, forget that. High defensive line, left hand side. I don't know what that refers to. What instruction? You're not telling me what instruction this is, so I'm not going to do it. Right. Hanko. Just use Hanko. I'm not hard tackling their centre back. That'd be ridiculous. Koke. Where's he playing these days? Defensive midfield. Okay, I'm quite happy to to do sync against Koke. Let's do that. Nicholas Gonzalez, sure. Baena, I'm not going to mark him. We'll press him. Tackle him. And Julian Alvarez will tackle him as well. Fabulous. We'll do all of that. And we'll go for it. Okay, fitness test. Still without Isaac, which is, it's not fine, but it will have to be because we don't have much of a say in it, really, do we? Okay, Champions League time. Got both 11s up, just have a quick look. Right, so we're going to have to start Ekitike because of the injury to Isaac. And we have for up to 10 days, so we're just going to have to live with that. No Isaac. Don't need to really worry about anyone or anything else. Now, rating-wise, Verts was still working out how to get the best out of him. Bit of a tricky one, that. It's fine, we'll get there. We'll get there with him. Okay, now we set our opposition instructions. We've already done that. We've tweaked tactic, both in terms of the shape and in terms of the instructions. We need to work out how to get the best out of him. Because at the moment, he's only had like 1 or 2 games where he's actually looked pretty good. The QPR he did well. Well, relatively speaking. Do you know what? Since we started the season, he's not played well, other than the QPR game. And it's the one game where we played him as an advanced playmaker. So I think, although bear the opposition in mind, I think that's what we need to focus on. But in pre-season, in the free role, he was killing it. So we also need to bear that in mind as well. Now, I'm not going to criticise his recent form. I'm going to leave that for the time being. Let's give him another chance. He's new to the league. He's still getting used to it. But we will have a word with him if we need to. But those are the 11s. Well, that's the 11, and those are the shapes that we're going to go with. So, in terms of that starting 11, we are going to have in goal, Alisson, defence, Van Dijk and Konate. We're going to have wing-backs of Frimpong and Robertson with Endo as the defensive midfielder. Then the rest of the midfield consists of Gravenberch, Szoboszlai and Florian Wirtz. And our attacking duo up front is Mohamed Salah and Hugo Ekitike. That's what we're going with. See what happens with it. Let's see what happens. We've got almost a fully fit squad again. Isaac is still injured, but everyone else is here. We're just missing the main man up front. Go with it. We are missing a sub. It's fine. Can only make 5 anyway, so it doesn't matter whether we've only got 10 on the bench. At least to me it doesn't anyway. Right. Let's go with that one. Make the most of home advantage. Let's do that. And I'll tell you what, we'll have a quick chat with Florian. And that seems to have made him happy. Almo to pick up where we left off. And relaxed Hugo, because again, he's not played that much up until now because of Isak's form. So let's do that. Try and ease the pressure, and let's get into it. Come on, boys. Let's do it. Okay. So, neither of us doing very well, but both in the knockout section. Of course, there's only one game in so far, so do bear that in mind. But we could really do with a victory here in the Champions League. It looks so good, by the way. We're still warping out of the wall in the tunnel, which is fine. I'll accept that. It's definitely improved in appearance, Football Manager. It's not. I don't think it's quite as good as people were expecting it to be, but the fact that the stadium looks like an actual stadium now, rather than just a generic stadium, I think is a good thing. I'm here for it. I like it. Right, we get going. As one would expect, very defensive formation from Atletico Madrid. They are top side, so we do need to be aware that if they get going, we need to be ready to change things if we feel like it's not working. Right, Frimpong just going for it down here. Gets it to Salah. Salah now. Waiting for an option. He's just going to go with it here. He's going to end up putting it in the box, I think. No, he's gone for the shot. Probably shouldn't have gone for the shot there. He had bodies in the box. Chose not to use them. Chose to go for it. I respect it. I respect it. Now, the one thing I do want to do in this video and in this stream as well is actually set my set pieces up. At the moment, we've left it to the assistant manager like we had done with training. Well, we've taken over training now. So we want to now do the same thing with set pieces, I think. I think we're at that point. Oh, Salah's nicked the ball there. It's a huge mistake, and Salah shouldn't really have gone for the shot there. Got a bit overexcited. A little bit overexcited there. Oblak's taking an absolute age to get going there. I'm still unsure with camera angles, by the way. I personally prefer this camera angle, but I don't know if it's the best one to watch the game from, like for you watching as a viewer. Endo's committed a foul there, which is not ideal. Okay. Chance there for Atleti. Fine. They're a good team. Right, we need to be pushing up more here, guys. We need to be hounding their defenders. We're not really doing that. Right, Hanko has gone down injured. Don't put it out. Keep playing. Right, Verts into Salah. That's got to be 1-0. It is 1-0. That is more like it. That is more like it. Now, it's been a while since I've done it, but don't know how loud it's going to be. Don't know how loud that was for you. It's a quick yes. No idea how loud that was. So hopefully you heard it. But we are 1-0 ahead. As in the nicest way we'd probably expect to be against Atleti. But it's early days. We have just changed the formation again, so I'm not expecting us to be fluent. But more game time with this formation will do us the world of good. Right, Van Dijk coming forward here into Gravenberch. Back to Van Dijk, back to Konate. There's wing backs are pushing up quite high. Don't know if I like them being quite as high, but however, it's given a great outball for Robertson, although all of this is in the way. Robertson nearly went for it all there. Right, I'm going to change the camera angle. Although I do prefer that as a camera angle, this is going to be a better one, I think, to watch the game from. It's not quite as free as it was in previous FMs. Not a knock. It's absolutely fine. Could do with Endo having a slightly better game than he is, but not the end of the world. Definitely the better team today, but they are having more possession than us. It's not the end of the world, but I would like us to have a bit better possession. But then, the way they're set up, they're just going to clog the midfield in. Oh, Frimpong. Not been bad today, Frimpong. Robertson's not been great, but again, early days. Right, Robertson commits a foul there. Disrupts their play though, to be fair, so I'm not against it completely. Right, Van Dijk. Gravenberch. Wirtz. Had a much better game today, Wirtz, so promise. Ball over to Salah. Is he offside? He is offside. Disallowed goal. I don't like the fact it says disallowed goal there, because it's going to go to a check for VAR now. What's the point? We already know it's disallowed. You told us. What's the point? Disallow it and be done with it. To be fair, it was offside. I'll give them that. It was offside. Ref dominated him chance-wise in this half. I do wish we'd got another goal, but I'm quite happy with what I've seen so far. Now, I can't tell. This is where I wish we still had the shouts to players. Because right now, I'd be telling Gravenberch to watch himself, but I can't. I have to wait until half-time. Right. Good half. We're going to say keep it up. Now, individuals. Gravenberch. Say that one to him. We're going to tell Endo get better. I'm going to tell Kanate to get better as well. And everyone else who's under a 7, keep going. And then these 4, I'm going to say keep it up. But everyone has got some kind of positive reaction, which is great. I don't know whether we need to do anything tactically. This is the screen I've been looking for. Finally found it. This is literally the screen I've been looking for. I've not been able to get to it pre-game. Right. Okay. I want to press their defenders. We're not marking you. Or maybe we do, because it seems to have been working. It does seem to have been working, so maybe we do. Right. Let's go into the second half. Let's see whether that does anything. I might just ruin the game for us. When I say I've been looking for that screen since the game started, since it came out, it's not an exaggeration. I really have been. Right. Wirtz has looked so much better today, and it makes me so happy. Especially the fact it's in a big game as well. Well, he's in a Champions League game against a big team. So, right, Frimpong into Wirtz, Szoboszlai, ball through to Salah. I don't know if it's controversial putting Salah up as a striker, but it makes me very happy indeed. Very happy indeed. Again, I don't know whether you heard that goal celebration. I really hope you did. should probably do a test, really, shouldn't I? Oh, well. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Ah, goodness me. Right, 2-0. Very happy with that. Delighted with the way that we played as well. If we can play like this more often than not, then we're going to turn the season around. Again, not that it's bad. We're in the top 4. But we're expecting better than that. So we need to maintain this. Right, Van Dijk to Gravenberch into Salah. Salah back to Van Dijk. Over to Endo. Out wide to Robertson. Not had a bad game today, not had a great game either. But maybe he's going to change that now. Goes for the shot. I tell you what, he loves a shot. But he has, from the looks of things, well, I thought it was a corner the way it was setting up then, but it wasn't. Never mind. It is what it is. Right. Substitute o'clock. Let's have a look. Who's tiring? To be fair, no one's knackered, but we are definitely going to make some changes. Now, Gravenberch to Sabazz line yellow cards do concern me a little bit. So, change number 1 is going to be... let me just go just in possession at the moment. So, channel midfielder Sabazz will probably bring on Curtis Jones for him, and McAllister can come on for Gravenberch. So, we'll do a midfield switcheroo. Take the guys with yellow cards off. We don't want to risk them too much. And then, I'm just thinking energy-wise... Frimpong hasn't been bad at all today. I'm actually quite impressed with how he's looked. So I'm thinking Bradley needs some game time. So while we're 2-0 up, we'll make that change. I do desperately want to get Leone some football, but this is not the game for that, really. I'm thinking Chiesa. The problem with Chiesa is I want to bring him on where Salah's playing, but Salah's got 2 goals. I can't take a player off who's on 2 goals. That'd be insane, so we're not going to do that. He's going to have to wait a little bit. He needs game time. Do I just bring him on for Ekitike? Ekitike's not had a great game. Do I just bring him on and just make him a channel forward? Do you know what? I'm going to do that. We'll do that. And then we'll just say to all of them... I'm going to say that one. But they're all interested. No greens, but they're all interested. So I think we've done our job there. Right. Let's keep going. Verts, again, I'm so happy with him. He'll probably be the final sub. We'll take him off. Give him a little break. Genuinely delighted with him today, though. Has he been the best player on the pitch? No. Hasn't needed to be. He's just got on and done his job. The superstar performances will come once he's fully settled in. Right, Robertson's down there. Free kick, dangerous position. Let's see. Salah whips in, looking for Robertson. And Virgil gets his first goal, I think, of the season. 1 goal in 2 matches. He's played more than 2 matches, so it's a weird statistic to come up. Maybe he has scored already, I don't know. But we do get a goal here. Robertson with the initial chance. And there's Van Dijk for the tap-in. Not what you'd expect from Virgil there, but... we'll take it, and that is 3-0. Good performance today. After the last stream, we needed this. We definitely did. I'm really happy with it. Right, Alisson with possession. Pulling it out to Van Dijk, going short as I want us to. Okay. And this is great considering we've got the Chelsea game coming up as well, actually. Right, ball out wide to Bradley. Bradley. Slides it into Salah. Oh, I'd have loved it if he'd got a hat-trick then. Right, Endo to Jones. Not quite getting it there, Jones. And now here come Atleti on the counter-attack. So that's their in-possession formation. Out of possession, they just drop one of the strikers back a little bit. Doesn't really change that much. Right, final change. Incoming. I'm thinking Verts off. Purely for a bit of rest. And that would be Gakpo as a shadow striker, or what have I got in training as? I've actually forgotten. Got right clicking, which is a bit annoying. Right, can I get onto him here? No. Okay. I want to see what he's training as, but I can't. And he's set up to be a shadow striker. I feel like I probably would have done that, but I think I may have changed him to channel midfielder. So we'll change him to that. We're training him as this, so this will get better. So I'm not too worried about that. But yeah, we'll bring on Gakpo. And we'll... Okay, I've already done the team talk, so I can't do another one. That's fine. Right. Get Gakpo on. Get him some game time in that position. Game's already done. Really competent performance tonight as well. And importantly, players like Chiesa, Jones, Gakpo a little bit, Bradley, they've got some more game time under their belts as well. Really professional performance there. Really happy with that. And again, that's 7.3 against Atletico Madrid. That's a decent performance. I'm happy with that. Very happy indeed. Get a bit of money as well, which is great. Right. I'm not going to praise Salah this time because we've been praising him quite a bit. I don't want to overpraise him. I don't want to upset him. Not be good. Right, let's go through these. Robertson's apparently the best defensive player in the league, which is excellent to see, by the way. Really happy with that. Arsenal got the best defence, unsurprising. Joe Gomez's potential has dropped off a cliff on this game. Wow. Player of the month. We'll congratulate Mo with that. Happy days. Right. Development advice. Let's have a quick look. What did I want us to do? Do that. Virgil. Fine. Let's ask him. Cool. I've just done that one, so I'm not bothered about that. Right. So I'll send Mamardashvili on an English course. And I'm not going to do that with Frimpong just yet, because he's been a bit up and down for my taste, so I don't know whether that's entirely justified right now. That might just be me being a bit harsh. Right. Player recommendations. Let's have a quick look at what we recommended. So, I mean, you don't play with wingers, so I don't know why you're recommending me this guy. I don't really understand why I'm being recommended a player. To be fair, having said that though, look at the coverage. I can't. Why can't I see? I want to see his... Oh, because I'm on the wrong thing, that's why. Look at the coverage. You can play everywhere. Other than centre-back and goalkeeper. That's kind of insane. How old is he? 26 years old. I mean, he's mainly a wide player. Don't need him, but I'm just quite impressed with that. We'll keep it. We'll keep that. Adrian Rabiot will dismiss. Alan, 25-year-old defensive midfielder who's got a D. Let's get rid of him. Get rid of him. Mark Bernal, we'll definitely keep him because he can be a good player. Raul Asensio, Real Madrid. I need to do the logo pack and also the real name fix as well, by the way. I'm fully aware of that. Probably not good enough. Lucas Bergvall, definitely good enough at Spurs, so we'll keep that report. Lewis Miley, we'll keep that. Get rid of that one. Get rid of that one. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Joe Robinson. We'll keep that. You never know. Get rid of that. Don't really want him, and that'll do. Okay, well, we've looked at that. Cool. Right, let's get ourselves to the Chelsea game. And what will be, will be. Inglethorpe is eligible for a professional contract. I don't really know bothered about him, to be honest with you. Right, Dynamics good. Team cohesion's getting there. Dressing room atmosphere is good. Really happy to see all of that. Gone through that, so that's okay. Okay, great stuff. Let's get to the next game. Come on, let's go. Took us a while to get to that first game, but to be fair, we were faffing about with tactics and we were faffing about with training, so understandable. Right, actually, I've just thought, set pieces. Do you want to take control? Do you want to take control of set pieces? Part of me wants to. But what I'd like to do is just take control of corners. If I'm being honest, that's the one I want to take control of. I'm not very good with free kicks. We'll leave it for now. We'll leave it for now. Have we got penalty takers? Have we sorted? I think these are on. I don't like the fact that these don't have how good your penalty takers are. Well, I'm quite happy with that order. We'll leave it as it is. Right. Onwards. Okay. Chelsea opposition report. So, they're currently in fantastic form. Joe Pedro with 5 goals is their top goal scorer. Enzo's got 4 assists. And Pedro Neto's got the highest rating. So they're doing pretty well, actually. The match preparation. I'm willing to defer to my assistant manager for that information. I'm willing to go with it. Thought scout report, did we go back and look at that? No, we didn't. I mean, that's basically the exact same information, so I don't quite know why I've had it twice. Selection advice, I'll have a look at that myself. I'll leave it until the game. Right, tactical advice. Let's have a look. So they want us to balanced, no. High defensive line, maybe. I don't know what instruction that is though. It doesn't tell me. Right, Enzo. Do it. Pedro. Do it. Pedro. Nah. Yes, we'll do that to Cole Palmer. Won't do that. We will do that. We will do that. Garnacho will leave. We'll do that. And we'll do that. We need to be aware of these 3. They are on potential suspensions. Dom, Virgil, and Gravenberch. So we need to be careful of those guys. Lots of players called up for international duty, by the way. Right. Currently 4th. Arsenal are getting a bit of a lead here. 7 points. We need to stop that from growing. And we are away from home in this game against Chelsea. So it's not going to be very easy. And also there is that kind of rivalry from back in the day. The Mourinho, Benitez era. We do need to bear that in mind. So can I now get to opposition instructions on here? No, I can't. Okay, fine. Right. Looking at the 11. Is there anything that I'd immediately change? Well, Ekatike didn't have a great time last time. We're still without Isak. I'm not confident enough to start Chiesa or Gakpo for that matter. So I think we'll probably stick with the same 11, to be honest. The only thing I'm debating is, do we start Conor Bradley? But his fitness isn't quite there yet, so we'll probably stick with Frimpong. I think we'll probably stick with what we've got, to be honest. I think that's what we do. Right, Drop a quick save. For no other reason than before the full release came out, and I don't know whether it's still happened or not, because I've not played that much since then. Liverpool back up. Some of the games did decide they didn't want to start in the second half. And that annoyed me a little bit, so we'll save just in case. Right. 11, before I click the go button. 11 for this game against Chelsea. It is going to be Alisson in goal. Van Dijk and Konate are your centre-backs. Frimpong and Robertson are your wing-backs. We then got Endo, Gravenberch, Szoboszlai and Wirtz as the midfield quartet. Wirtz now down to a 3-star midfielder, which is a bit concerning, especially considering he played quite well last time. And then we've got Salah and Ekitike continuing up front. Ekitike just getting to full fitness. Everyone else in the team is fully sharp and ready to go. So let's get into it. We've got Salah, who's in sensational form. Let's see whether he can continue with that sensational form in today's game. Fingers crossed he can. I don't know, my luck, probably not. We'll see. So they've brought in Benoit Badiashile and taken out Gerard Martin. That's how they're setting up. It's a 4-2-3-1. So they're going to have Sanchez, James Fofana, Badiashile and Harto. Fernandez and Caicedo in the middle with Neto, Palmer and Garnacho supporting Pedro. It's a heck of a starting lineup. And then you see players like Gittins, Gusto, Delap, who in this universe is clearly not injured, Lavia, Chalobah and Jorgensen. It's a decent bench, but I think our bench is stronger. I think our starting 11 is comparable. This is going to be an interesting game. We'll just go with that. And then we're just going to say to everyone, make me proud. Go for it. Big old game here. Big old game at Stamford Bridge. We're good enough to beat them, but they, equally, good enough to beat us. And they're just behind us in the league as well, so they are going to be desperate to beat us today. But nothing else for... Well, to be honest, the main thing is purely going to be bragging rights. Don't know why I was so delayed there, to be honest with you. Bragging rights is going to be the big thing. I look really thin on the sideline. I'm not, but I quite like that. Right, let's just keep the game off, shall we? Right, we kick off. Let's see whether we can get a decent result here. Again, we've recently changed that tactic and formation. It did wonders against Atletico Madrid. I would hasten to say that Chelsea are probably a better side in this game than Atletico Madrid are, and have a better starting 11 and squad in general. So I'm not expecting us to necessarily dominate the way that we did, but you never know. Right, Robertson. Chips in, looking for Szoboszlai. Really, really good effort there. Decent play, decent chance. Unfortunate we didn't get the ball in the back of the net. Right, Sanchez launches it forward to Harto. To Garnacho. João Pedro now. Chips it forward looking for Neto. Neto looking to whip the ball in. He does. João Pedro gets there. Neto into the crowd of Chelsea players, but we clear it as far as Salah. And now we counter-attack. Here comes Mo Salah. He has got options. Bursting forward in the middle. Floats it in, looking for Ekitike. Can't find him. Not the person I'd have gone for personally, but here's Gravenberch now. Looking to recycle things. Szoboszlai loves a long shot. Decent effort. Going to be a corner. Robertson's take with the FIFA-style camera angle there. Whipped in, doesn't get to anyone. Again, I'm going to do my own set-piece instructions. I might do that off camera. Right, Wirtz with the shot, and it's another save, and it is another corner. Pressure from us early on. We've had loads of shots, loads of possession. We're dominating at the moment. You would expect Chelsea at some point to turn that around. But as it is at the moment, what we're doing is working. Other than we've not put the ball in the back of the net yet, which we do desperately need to do. Right. Can we carry on? Possession has kind of leveled out a little bit, but we are still, from the looks of things, having the better of the play. highlights for a little while here. Here we go. Again, the FIFA camera angle, love it. Szoboszlai with the free kick. He's gone for it. Save from Sanchez. Cleared out only as far as Szoboszlai, though. Dom goes back to Frimpong. Into Van Dijk. Konate. Careful here. We are in our own half, so we don't want to give anything away. No support behind us. Right, Gravenberch. Back to Van Dijk. Slowly and steadily coming forward here. Frimpong now. Goes past his man beautifully. Frimpong. And for the shot. Why did he go for the shot? Did he go for the shot, or is it a corner? I don't know. We're never going to know. Was it even a corner? Was it a throw-in? I'm not too sure. Again, we do seem to be on top of them, though, which is really good. But we do really need a breakthrough goal here. Right, Frimpong. What is he doing over there? Robertson now. Into Szoboszlai. Oh, close. We're getting the shots, but we're just struggling to get them on target here. Dominant so far in this game. Absolutely dominant. But we need a bit more than that. Right. Poor pass. Endo to Frimpong. Frimpong's been all over the shop today. I'm really surprised he's only on the 6.7, but gives the ball away there, so that's probably why. Right, back to Sanchez, who launches it. Endo wins that aerial duel into Szoboszlai. Goes for the long shot. What a goal that is from Dominic Szoboszlai.
He's round the goalkeeper. He's done it. Absolutely incredible.
What a goal.
It ain't over till it's over.
What an absolute strike. That's sensational. That might be the best goal that I've seen scored so far. Just in terms of just the absolute thunderbolt. And we've deserved it. We've been on top of them. We deserve to be a goal ahead. We've given away a free kick there. I'm not bothered about that. Robertson's on a yellow card. It is what it is. Oh, what a goal that was from Dom. Absolutely superb. Apparently his rating is still a 6.7. How is it a 6.7 after that? My word. Right, header back to Alisson. Lovely stuff, boys. Lovely stuff. Right. Szoboszlai into Wirtz. Yeah, it's up to a 7.9 now. Wirtz hasn't had the best of games today. That's fine. It's going to be difficult against tough opposition, especially that midfield pairing. I've got a Caicedo and Fernandes. Right, Frimpong into the box. He's determined he was getting a goal there. I don't quite know if I'm overly happy with that, but I'll take it. I'll take it. He's there to provide assists rather than score, but both him and also Robertson are determined to score in this game, apparently. And, well, Frimpong's gone and done it. I'll take it. 2-0. Utter dominance, by the way, today. Utter, absolute dominance. Take it all day long. Again, Wirtz not in the game as much as I'd like him to be. The striker's also really struggling today. It's goals from everywhere other than our forward line. But do you know what? As long as we get them, I'm not that bothered. Right, Chelsea are finally starting to have a few chances. They've woken up a little bit. But, I mean, we've just... the amount of chances we've had half of our shots on target, but we've had 18 shots. So, I'm not bothered about that too much, to be honest. Right. Building from the back here. Into Szoboszlai. Gravenberch. Add to Frimpong. Frimpong. Don't need to go for goal, mate. You can cross it. Floats it in. Looking for Ekitike. Finds Robertson, though. Robertson, he's going to go for one as well. I thought for a second that was an own goal. I think it hit a Chelsea player and hit the post and came back out. Oh. And that is half-time. What a first half that is. Utter dominance. XG looking great. As it stands, we'll go up to seconds. But absolute domination from us in everything. The only thing that Chelsea have been better at than us apparently is headers won. That's the only thing. And we've committed more fouls, so, you know, we've won that one, but that's not one you want to win necessarily. I'm going to say that one. Right, individual. I'm going to say the forward line. I'm not happy, he needs to do better. You two, we'll say that one. Allison, I'll say that as well. Allison's only on a 6.9 because he's not faced anyone. That's all it is. Right. We'll press these guys a little bit more. We'll just try and make their life difficult. We're apparently really tight marking these three. If it's working, it's working. At the moment, it looks fine, so I'll leave it. But we'll just want to press those guys a bit more to make life a little bit more difficult for them. And then, do we want to make any changes? I mean, Endo and Robertson are both on yellow cards. We are 2-0 ahead, so we could probably afford to make a change. So I'm thinking Robertson for Kirkez. I keep calling him Kirkez. He's not Kirkez, he's Kirkez. We'll bring Kirkez on, mainly because of that yellow card. I'll leave Endo for the time being. I do wish I'd said something to him about the yellow card, but it is what it is. What I will do is, I'll just go on to his instructions. And tackling. He's off tackles. Yeah, we'll go with that. Right, second half. More goals, please. Por favor. Right. Chelsea look like they've started off a bit brighter, a bit better. They've kept the same shape. Doesn't look like any personnel changes have happened either, so they're going with what they've got. Maybe the manager's given a bit of a rollicking, and that's hopefully, well, from their point of view, has hopefully spurred them on, but hopefully for us, we can carry on doing what we're doing. Right, that forward line is going to get a shake-up at some point soon, because it's still not sparked into life. It nearly did then, actually. Nearly great work from Ekitike and Salah, but didn't quite end up having the end product we wanted. Right, Endo steals it from Cole Palmer. Goal line here, let's have a look. Ooh! Ooh! I really like that, actually. I really like that. Shows that Sanchez did a really good job there, actually. Probably left it a bit too close. But hey-ho. Right, tackle from Frimpong. Lovely stuff. Gravenberch recycles. And now we go forward again. Frimpong has been absolutely on fire today. This is what we wanted to see. Right, to Van Dijk now. Looking for Kirkez. Kirkez, lovely touch to get it past the defender. Kirkez now whips it in. And it's an own goal. Wesley Fofana puts it in the back of his net. I thought one of us had scored, then we haven't. It's a Fofana own goal. Ekitike's jumped up, by the way, to a 7.1. Salah's not having a great game. We'll take him off. We'll bring Chiesa on. But Kirkez, this is all about the delivery. If he doesn't score, Ekitike does. So he has to try, but that's what happens. Right, change of clock. Salary's coming off. Can't have a good game every week. Chiesa's coming on in his place. Kirkez has had a poor start, apparently. He just literally forced them to score an own goal. How can that be considered a poor start? Wirtz has not had a great game either, so I'll give him a little bit longer. A little bit longer, but we'll probably take him off soon as well. But for now, I'm really happy with what I'm seeing. I'm also thinking Dom might come off as well. He's had a good game, but I'm thinking resting him. In fact, do you know what? Let's do that. A bit more energy in the engine room. And we'll bring on Curtis Jones again. We'll go with that. Feels weird taking Mo Salah off against Chelsea. But when you're 3-0 up, it's not necessary to keep him on the pitch. It's really not. Right. Let's see whether we can get a decent game out of Chiesa. Wirtz has improved a little bit as well, which is good to see. 6.7, that's not a bad rating. Again, against a big team away from home. If he doesn't have a good game, it's not the end of the world. Look at Salah, for example. I'm not going to judge him on it. Good interception there by Wirtz, actually. And now Curtis Jones running forward. He has got players with him. Please tell me he uses them. He does. He uses Ekitike, and it's Florian Wirtz. It's going to be checked for offside. I don't know whether it will be offside. I hope it's not. Dog's barking downstairs, by the way. Great. Absolutely nuts. It is confirmed. Just gonna check in on the dog, because I don't quite know what's going on there. Bear me 2 ticks. We're back in a mo. The dog's a bit of a weirdo. We also think she's deaf as well, or going deaf. So I don't know what she hears or how she hears it, but yeah. He's on a bit of a weird one at the moment. Well, 4-0. I really came into this stream a little bit. Do you know what? We'll use this as a substitution window, actually. I came in with some trepidation to this stream because I genuinely was getting a bit concerned about how we were playing, but apparently we just needed to go back to this and just needed to commit to it and do a couple of tactical tweaks, and going well so far. Imagine it's 4-0 at Stamford Bridge. Oh, Chelsea. Right, changes. Endo I'm going to take off for Hinselwood, get him a bit more football. I do want to bring on McAllister as well. But he's back up to full form, actually. So, actually, I might leave him off and bring Bradley on. And then McAllister can possibly start the next game, which is against Manchester United. So, I don't know about that, actually. Him and Joe Gomez who need the football more than anything. Do you know what? Actually, Joe Gomez. But I won't do it yet. I'll wait until we get to 80 minutes because Football Manager is going to football manage. And we don't want to get FMs. I'm imagining even going to Unity, the FMage will still be there. I would assume. Right. Utter dominance. I mean, possession-wise, they have been slightly better than us. But we've been all over them. We have been absolutely all over them, and it's a beautiful thing to see. It's a joy. I'm really, really happy with how this team have performed. Right, I have missed substitution window completely. Final change, Joe Gomez for Virgil. We'll give Virgil a break. What changes have they made? We brought Martin, Gittins, Delap. None of it's worked at all. And I think that's... Well, one more highlight here. I thought I was going to say that is going to be that, but we've got one more chance here, potentially. Right. Chelsea, looking to build. Build to what? I don't know. I mean, it's 4-0. I might as well just give up at this point. Neto. Trying to rob us of a clean sheet. I thought when that had come up there, I thought that might have been a goal, but it's not, which is... good to see, and that is probably going to be it. That is indeed it, and that is a fantastic victory. Chelsea did come back into it a little bit, but by that point it was already over. Already over. That was a delight. Not a great performance from Salah, the only one out there who wasn't looking at his best. He's been great all season. I'm okay with him having the off game, especially away from home. It's not the end of the world. It's genuinely not the end of the world. I'm going to change the song on this playlist. I do like this video, but let's change it to that one. It's got a bunch of kind of long form videos which are allegedly free to use. I mean, we'll see. We'll see whether they are. That I'm not too sure. Nice as a playlist as it is. Let's go with that one. That one, I don't know. I like my metal. I like my rock and metal. Go with that. Stick with that one. Right. Onto the portal. Now we have got the international break, so we'll try and get through this as quickly as we possibly can. So we can get to the next game. Next game being against Manchester United, I do believe. Szoboszlai, what a goal again that was from Szoboszlai. Absolute sensation of a goal. Yeah, don't care about any of that. Don't care about any of that. That's fine. Right, let's carry on. Yeah, 13 days against Manchester United. Which is a nervy game. Liverpool versus Man United for either side. But with how we did in the last 2 games, I don't know. I'm feeling confident. But Arsenal still have a chunky gap, 7 points. Is it higher than that? I don't know. Might have been. It's still a chunky gap though, so we've got some work to put in. Now, in terms of fixtures, we play Arsenal. Well, we've already played them recently and they beat us, so that helped with the gap. But we're obviously hoping that we can maybe bridge the gap between now and when we next play them. Fingers crossed that is the case. Right. Tyler Dibbling, player of the week for Everton. Good for him. Good for him. Dyche. Didn't see where Dyche was. I can't remember whether I this save before or after Dyche had started at Nottingham Forest. It must have been when after he started. Otherwise, that's a very early change for the AI to have made. Wouldn't surprise me, to be fair. Right. Villa beat Burnley. Lovely. Really happy for that. Villa been 6th. Doing really well in this save. Right. Anything I need to worry about? So, Anthony Kachi and Zeva Schlager. 2 players being recommended in Germany. In Spain, Thibaut Courtois obviously been recommended. Santiago Marino being recommended as a fullback at Villarreal. 23 years old. 2 Uruguay caps. He's reasonable. He's not spectacular in anything, but he's reasonable. And Rooney Barge, he's been recommended, but he's obviously just gone to Barcelona, so there's not even any point looking at him. England, Aaron Hickey's been recommended from Brentford. Nathan Collins as well. Amadou Onana and Brennan Johnson. Italy, Denzel Dumfries, Adrian Rabiot and Matthias Oliveira. No one in Wales. Why are we looking in Wales? Why are we... No. Behave. I'm looking in the other ones as well. Okay, that's absolutely fine. Worth having a quick check. Right. Need to remember these bookmarks to appear. You need to remember that they're there. Okay. Forward we go. I do sometimes feel like you're not making much progress in the game when you're clicking continue. But then a game will just sneak up on you and you'll be like, oh, actually, we've made loads of progress. So I feel like it's deceptively quick getting from game to game. Depending on what you're doing, obviously. Right, Isak has resumed full training. That is huge. That is absolutely huge. Can I add training? Which training? Training's already on here, which is great. Add set pieces on as well. Can I add set pieces? No, I've already filled these up. Right, are there any I want to get rid of? Get rid of calendar. We don't need calendar on here. Pop set pieces on here. And first team messages. Do I want to get rid of any of these? Club site. We don't need club site. And I can replace that with... which is the one that I was going to put one on here and I've just forgotten exactly which one it was. Oh, it was responsibilities. That's the one. It's like easy to get to. There we go. Right, I need to remember they're there because they're handy little things to have. Right. So let's have a look at the players in the team of the week. Let's have a check. We've got Szoboszlai, Gravenberch, Robertson, Konate, and Frimpong. Excellent. Happy with that. Very happy with that. Right. What I do want to do is just have a check. I didn't want to do that. I've just taken control of the responsibilities. I've just taken control of media and I don't want to do that. This save. Delegate. Yeah. I want to check whether Isak's been called up. I really hope he hasn't been, considering he's just come back from an injury. It would make no sense whatsoever to do it. He has been. They've called him up. They've called him up. I knew they would. I absolutely knew that they would. That's irritated me. That's irritated me quite a bit. I know it happens in real life, so it is realistic. It's still irritating though. Can I go to my players who are on international duty? Can I see that? I think I have seen a way to see that, but I don't remember where I saw it. Whether I did see it, I might have made that up. Internationals, there we go. I can't recall anyone at this point. I've missed a window on that. That's fine, as long as he doesn't get re-injured. But actually, I don't know whether it will work like this, but if he can actually get some of his fitness back by playing for Sweden, that could really benefit us. Mamadashvili injured. How long for? Dislocated his shoulder. Okay, that's him out for a while. So we're going to have to wait and see how bad that injury is. 2 months we're going to be without our backup goalkeeper. We're going to have to rely on our backup goalkeeper. Right, okay. I mean, as injuries go, that's not the end of the world, but it's not ideal either. Right. Change made. Could do without that, but it's not, again, not the end of the world. Just disappointing. Right. I don't know who Carl Kelly is. Sorry. I'm not his manager. I managed his first team. You don't need to be asking me about that. Oh, God. I'm not a very good manager, am I, really, when it comes to that sort of stuff? Right. What are these 2 messages that I haven't answered? There. Can't believe I haven't answered those, goodness me. Right, why has this got a little green thing on here? Is that because, probably because those guys. Alisson's wanted. It's going to be by a Saudi club, isn't it? Well, we'll keep an eye on that because, well, I don't necessarily want to lose him. If an offer came in that was decent and we could find a backup, I wouldn't be completely against it. Wouldn't be completely for it either, but it's not something I'd completely turn down. Right, with a week of the United game. Right there. And then next week we've got those 2 games there. Right. Have a look. A lot of emails. So, focus update. What do you know about that? International roundup. Frimpong had a decent game. As did Conor Bradley. As did Virgil van Dijk. Another question. I didn't... Oh, I keep doing that. That's not the game. That's me not reading. Right. I did answer the question anyway. I'm going to focus update. Italy, fine. Training schedule for the coming weeks. Already done that. Available players for under 21. Is Bajetic fit again? Because we need him to be playing. Still injured. Only for a couple of days. When's the game? Tomorrow. No, he's not ready yet. Oh, he's already in the squad anyway. Right, international roundup. Szoboszlai and Jaros doing well. Right. Jones did well. Gomez did well. 2 2-0 defeat for England. Did England lose? Look at the games. How do I... Let's see if fixtures. Click on fixtures, Stu. That'd probably help, wouldn't it? Right. England's. Another 1-2-0. Saka and Palmer. The way that looked, it looked as if England had lost. Which they obviously hadn't, so that's good. Okay, cool. Right. Oh, I managed to mute that just in time. Apologies. Bit of a sneeze there. Blah. Right. I need to not just keep clicking continue. I need to just not keep doing that. Right. So, question. Don't care. You know what? We'll congratulate you. We'll let you know that we know do you exist. Roma is not getting the expected amount of football. Sorry, not giving the expected amount of football to Kostas Tsimikas. Have a chat with him. There we go. Get Kostas playing a little bit more. Obviously, the more he plays, the more in demand he'll be, more than anything. Right, I'm going to focus update. In England, again, nothing that we haven't already seen. Okay. So the Galatasaray match is going to be televised. I've got a staffing advice email. I haven't checked that actually. I'll quick check. What does it say? No under 21 assistant manager. Pedro. Who's he wanted by? We'll never know. Pedro. Who you wanted by? Grimsby and Walsall. I'm not going to go for a manager who's wanted by Grimsby and Walsall. This guy was assistant manager at Chelsea, a few other teams. Let's go with Billy Reid. Oh, there we go, he's in. That's one down. D Browns, you're good. Didn't really do any of the formations that we do though. He's more of a director of football more than anything. I think we're gonna just get someone to hire these guys. Staff. Hiring and firing. They're fine. Delegate that to the director of football. Do that as well. Yeah. We'll go with that. Delegate those. Do normally like doing them, but I still need to get used to the fact that we can't see numbers for them and it's just words. Which, to be fair, you don't get numbers in real life, so I don't mind it. I don't mind it too much when it comes to the staff. Right, let's see what they reckon we should be doing. We're not going to do a balanced mentality. It's not going to happen. Lots of these recommendations are very similar. Right, Luke Shaw, always press. I might leave that one. Right, Cunha, we'll tackle him. Pop Mason onto his weaker foot. And we'll go in hard on him. And Mbumo. Onto his weak foot. Tackle him. This video is not cooperating. I'll find a different one. A quick look. Found one that I'd like to use. I think I've used it previously, actually. A quick check. Great stuff. Let's go with that. That's absolutely not going to be copyright free. It's absolutely not a chance. Not a chance at all. Have a look. This is probably one. Let me have a check. Oh. Start playing. So I'm just having a quick check. See if I can find another one, because I wasn't overly confident with that particular set of music that I was using. One just like an hour long video. Be a good one. Cool. Go with this one. Go with that. That's a fun one. Right. Pretty much done there. Let's get ourselves to the game itself. And hopefully carry on this good run of form that we're having. Because we are playing quite well. A couple of games that we played today, we are doing quite well. Hopefully we can continue to do that. Fingers crossed. We can but try. We can but try. Right. The expectations. The board expects us to win. And the supporters expect us to win as well. No pressure, guys. Cheers for that. These are two big games, you know. Like, Chelsea was a great game, and that was a big one, but this is a big one as well. Okay. So, got some heavy match loads on Frimpong, Robertson, Gravenberch, Szoboszlai, and Salah. We do need to be aware of those, but there's not much we can do about those right at this moment. The big news is, though, Isak is back. He's got to come in for someone. Question is, who does he come in for? Difficult, because I don't really want to take any of them off the bench. But then I am looking at Kerkez and thinking Bradley can do right back, Gomez can do left back, Although it's not left back necessarily, it's left wing back, so we do probably need him actually. Insolwood, do we drop him for this one? Or Chiesa? We'll drop Chiesa. But we are going to start with Ekitike. Because Ekitike did really well in that last game against Chelsea. I was really impressed with him. We've got a number of yellow cards that we do need to be aware of though. And I am just thinking with Frimpong, do we maybe take him off for Bradley? Just because of that yellow card. And then we've got Robertson, Gravenberch and Szoboszlai. Don't really want to change any of them at the moment, but if we did change any of them, I would probably take Szoboszlai off for Jones, but I don't really want to do that. Maybe we start McAllister. Do you know what? I'm going to start McAllister for Gravenberch. See how we go with that. But that's going to be the 11 we're going to be starting with. It's going to be Alisson in goal. Centre-backs are Van Dijk and Konate. Bradley and Robertson will be our full-backs, or wing-backs, should I say. Then we're going to have Endo, McAllister, Szoboszlai and Wirtz as the diamond in midfield, followed by Salah and Ekitike up front. Salah, of course, didn't have a good time last time out, but everyone else did. So fingers crossed we can carry on the good form that's been in today's video so far. That is the hope. We can but hope. Do it. We'll go with that one. Favourite someone wants to play like it. And individuals, Salah. Out with him. These two. That to them. Cool. We'll go with that. Right. Huge game. Manchester United at Anfield. They're sticking with 3 at the back because Alarim doesn't know how to change things. Gonna be tough. But it's fine. We've got players who can walk through walls. What more do we want? Get into it. Here we go. Liverpool versus Manchester United at Anfield in the Premier League. And it's live. Did you like that? Did you like that? Did you like that? Oh, my child. Right. Come on, boys. More of the same. Let's pressure them into absolute nothingness and get an early goal to just set things off. Right. Here we go. Konate coming forward. Gets it into Wirtz. Wirtz out wide. Andy Robertson. Robertson. Waits for the right moment for a cross. Comes back on himself into Szoboszlai. He's gone for it. Oh, I tell you what. He loves a long shot, doesn't he? And I would be mad at him if it wasn't for the fact he scored that screamer. I'd be absolutely furious at him if it wasn't for that. But how can you be mad at a player when they go and do that? Right, corner. Nope, nothing. Okay. I know some people don't like it. I love this little 2D thing. I know it goes very, very quickly, but I do love it. I love keeping track of it. Right, Wirtz has got a yellow card. Do need to keep half an eye on that. Salah again, not having a particularly good game. Maybe he does need a bit of a break, potentially. If we can get Isak back up to form, we can have Ekitike and Isak playing as the strikers while we cover for him. Potentially. Right, big ball forward for Man United. We're going to get on the end of it, though. Conor Bradley. Had a good game so far, but on the ball now. Gets it back to McAllister, into Wirtz. Goes back to McAllister. Big ball forward to Ekitike. And Ekitike scores a goal, but it is going to be disallowed. I thought for a second that we'd made the breakthrough on almost on the half hour there. Not quite. It has been disallowed. They are doing a token check. The referee had the flag up anyway, and there it is. Oh, God. Both Ekitike and Salah both offside there. Salah backed out. Ekitike just finished it just because, but well, is what it is. It's fine. It's okay. Again, we've been all over them, so give it time and we'll see what happens. United starting to get a little bit more in our half here, but we are starting to push back a little bit, which is good to see as well. Corner there, a couple of corners actually. Saying remove team instruction, get stuck in. I'm going to do it and we'll see what happens, but if we feel like we've lost a bit of our bite, then we'll put it back on. Right, United on the ball here. Oh, McAllister does a great job there. McAllister, of course, had that injury, was out for a little bit, finding his way back into the team here. Gravenberch and Szoboszlai had found themselves being the starting midfielders of choice. Andy Robertson, I tell you what, these fullbacks love a shot. I don't really know if I feel happy about that, but they do love an opportunity, don't they? I might have to change their settings. Right, not a great first half from us. We've been all over them, but rating-wise, it's not looking particularly fantastic. So there's a couple of changes. Szoboszlai's not had a good start. The strikers haven't. Connor hasn't. Might make a few half-time substitutions. I'm going to say I'm not happy with them. Individually, I'm going to tell that front three I'm not happy with them. I say the same thing to Dom and Connor as well. And then option instructions. Let's have a look. What we're doing. We will press all three of the centre backs. And then, do we make any changes? I can't bring myself to take Salah off straight away. So I'm thinking maybe Ekitike for Isak. Because that was a great partnership to begin the season with, Isak and Salah. So maybe we sacrifice Ekitike for the time being. Gets Isak back on. I'm going to bring on Gravenberch and swap him and McAllister around. No, do I do that actually? No, I'll keep Gravenberch there. McAllister's having a half-decent game, that's fine. Connor Bradley I'm going to take off as well. I'll bring on Jeremy Frimpong. So 3 changes at half-time. Can I have a word with them just yet? No, I can't. That's fine. Right. Go with it. Second half. Changes made. Fingers crossed we can get ourselves a goal. I mean, a draw against United isn't the end of the world, but the way that we've been playing, I feel like we definitely deserve a victory here. Just to help narrow that gap between ourselves and Arsenal. Right, ball forward by United, but Konate gets it. A bit of header tennis there, but we do end up with possession. Robertson into Konate. Van Dijk. By the way, it hasn't fully registered our subs, I don't think. Oh, there it is. It has done it now. Frimpong's on it. It didn't have Frimpong. It still had Bradley there, but without the position. Right, that's better. Right, Wirtz, keep an eye on him because he's on a yellow card. We are still all over them. We are just struggling to make that breakthrough. Salah's gone down to a 6.3, so he's not long for this game. He will be coming off. And it'll end up being Gakpo who comes on, because obviously we don't have Chiesa on the bench because we've had Isak back. Right, ball over to Robertson. Into Gravenberch. Wirtz. Looking for Isak. He's found him into Salah. Salah back to Isak. Isak turns his man. And Isak is back from his injury with a goal. And Mohamed Salah has not had a good game up until this point. Gets an assist. And it is 1-0 to Liverpool at Anfield against Manchester United. And are we about to have 3 wins from 3 in today's episode? I hope so. I really hope so. Just what we want. Lovely stuff. And that gets Salah back into the game. Right, corner. Robertson to take. These wild camera angles. Right, whipped in. McAllister was lurking. Wirtz now. He's going to go for it. I think he is. And he's got a goal. Florian Wirtz. That is what I want to see from him. All day long, that is what I want to see from him. Perfect. And I didn't do any of my goal alerts, I've just thought. More like it. You know what? I'll do a second one as well for the first goal. Fabulous. That's more like it. That is much more like it. Then we've got the tactics sorted now. What's their out of possession formation, actually? It's exactly the same. They don't change between the two. I mean, isn't that the most Ruben on the rim thing you've ever heard? He doesn't change his tactic, even between in and out of possession. Right, Wirtz has picked up a knock, so we are going to have to take him off. I'm actually just going to pause the highlight. Pause the highlight, thank you. And get that substitution underway now. We're about the time we make substitutions anyway, so I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll take him off for Gakpo. We'll leave Salah on, seeing as that assist seems to have helped him out. And then for my final trick, what do we want to do? Hinselwood could probably do with the game time, as could Gomez. We'll prioritise Hinselwood for today. Endo is on a yellow card, so that's fine. We'll go with that. Right, let's see what happens to this highlight. Right, Robertson into the box. Cheeky little back heel. And Harry Maguire's gone and scored an own goal. And it's 3. I need to see that again. What happened with that? Yes, I do want to confirm tactical change. Right, what happens here? So Robertson with the ball here. Cheeky little back heel. Wirtz. And Harry Maguire just bulldozes in. Harry Maguire just bulldozes in and just forces an own goal that didn't need to be there. And he's been given to Wirtz. So is it a goal for Wirtz? Is it a... I'm really confused as to what's happened there. Because he said an own goal. Has it been given as a goal for Florian Wirtz? Because if so, I feel bad about taking him off now. I do feel bad about taking him off. But it is what it is. I'll take the goal. Delighted with it. But I do feel a little bit bad if we've deprived him of a hat-trick. I do feel a bit bad. Right. Wide shot there. I mean, it's 3-0. Who cares at this point? We've won by 3 goals or more. If the score stays like it is, we've won by 3 goals or more in our last 3 games, which is really, really good. And again, it just helps narrow that gap between ourselves and Arsenal. I do believe Arsenal will still have a game to play, so we do need to bear that in mind. It is not all rosy just yet, but that is a huge victory. Absolutely huge. Dominance again. We're giving up a bit of possession, but I tell you what, we don't need it. That's the thing. We don't need all that possession. Good game for McAllister to kind of reassert himself into the starting 11 as well, which is lovely. Very satisfying victory. Very much so. Right, let's get to that next game. We've got the injury to Wirtz. Of course, we did take him off due to injury. So he did give him the second goal, the third goal rather. So it wasn't an own goal in the end. So I would have had to take him off anyway. We would have had to take him off anyway. Right, how bad is the injury? 2 to 4 days, that's fine. When's our next game? I think it's against Galatasaray. It is. He might be back for that. He might be back for that. He might not be. Okay. Let's assume he's not going to be, and let's take him out, and we'll pop on. Do you know what? It's going to be weird. I know Gakpo's going to be our attacking midfielder, but I'm going to go with Jones. And we can rotate if we need to. And we'll put Chiesa back on the bench. No, do you know what? We want Gakpo to start playing there, so we're going to put him in there. I'm going to change his role as well. Again, he's going to be a channel midfielder for us, so we'll do that. Yeah, we'll go with that. Go with that starting 11. And Ekitike. Do we start Ekitike? I'm debating. Do we start Ekitike and give Salah a bit of a break? I know Galatasaray are a decent team. I'm just thinking Salah does need a break. So he's acted very well in that last game. So let's bring him on. Let's do that. And have TK do some of the dirty work for once. Again, a number of yellow cards here. We do need to be careful of that. Don't really want to rest Van Dijk just yet. Endo, I mean, we could do that. Is Hinselwood ready to start? We can go for it and see what happens. And then Stob didn't have a great game, so we could start grabbing Birch. It doesn't really solve the yellow card issue, but we can do it anyway. Yeah, we'll do that. Right. Onwards. Onwards to the next one. I need to have a look at these clauses as well, just see whether in January we can get ourselves a bit of a war chest to go and spend some money. I mean, let's have a quick look. We can sell £152 million worth of clauses. So if we wanted to, we could really raise some money. If we wanted to. I don't know how I feel about the fact that it's so readily easy to do that. But there is a temptation. It was a very, very severe temptation. Right. Galatasaray reports. Osimhen's their top goal scorer. Oh, my door's open. That's fun. Oh, I've got a little wave. Give me 1 second and I will be right back. Sorry, Mother Harper's gone out to get her nails done. Which she's not a very girly girl, but that's one of the girliest things that she does. And that's him, obviously. Right. Fan transfer. What are we doing? Oh, yeah. Assistant manager for the under-21s. Yeah, sure. Get in. Right. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to have a look at my other emails. Ah. Right. Bookmark messages. Let's have a look. So, train schedule. Again, we've already sorted this. That's absolutely fine. Regular news roundup. Do we care about that? No, not really. Reads. Don't really care about that either. Recommended players. Anything we need to worry about? A couple of players from the US. David Da Costa. He stands out there. 24 2-star players, not particularly great. Mark Bernal, again, someone I probably would look to sign. Tell you what, if we need a right back, he's one to keep an eye on. England, Shard and Matheus Fernandes. I love Matheus Fernandes. Is he the one I'm thinking of? He might be, I don't know. There's someone who's got a very similar name who I really, really like, and it might be him, but I've forgotten whether that's his first name or not. I tell you what, Angel Di Maria's still kicking about. Happy to see. That's an old one. We've already seen that one. We've seen that one. They're complete ones. Yeah, we don't have to worry about those. We will, when it gets to January, look at whether we need any proper signings, especially with the fact that we've got that amazing amount of money that we can spend in regards to clauses. So we'll have a think about that. We'll have a think about that as to whether we want to use them or not. Because it feels a little bit cheap, but, you know, we like to have a bit of fun on when we play Football Manager, so let's have a bit of money to spend. I think, considering not adding money to spend, I think the squad's been fine for what it is. It's been absolutely fine for what it is. We've signed one player. Come on, player that we signed? Yeah, it is. Yeah, we just signed Hinselwood. I think that's absolutely fine. Right, tactical advice. Let's have a quick check and see what they reckon. So I'm going to ignore those. I'm quite happy with how we're playing. Who wants to tackle him? He's a winger. Quite happy to tackle a winger. I just don't want to tackle like a goalkeeper or something. Well, check. Gundogan. Not going to mark him, but we will press him. Sane. What team have Galatasaray developed, by the way? They've got Gundogan, they've got Sane, they've got Osimhen. I knew about Osimhen. Gundogan doesn't surprise me, but Leroy Sane? What nonsense is that? Right. I'll do it. Happy with that. Leroy Sane. I've missed that one completely. Absolutely missed it completely. Right. So, we do need to be careful of yellow cards a little bit. Virtue's not fully fit, so I'm not going to have him involved at all. We're just going to leave him out. Leone is on the bench. I'm going to try and get some football into Leone as well. I'm going to start Van Dijk, but I'm going to rest Canate. And we'll get Joe Gomez some starting football as well. And this is going to be the 11. It is going to be Alisson in goal, Van Dijk and Gomez as your centre-backs. Wing-backs are going to be Bradley and Robertson. We've then got Hinselwood, McAllister, Gravenberch and Gakpo as the diamond in the midfield. And Ekitike and Isak are going to be the front two. We have made changes. We are resting a few players. And by resting, I mean they're starting on the bench. They are there if we need them. I'm a little bit concerned with how much attacking talent there seems to be in this Galatasaray team. But we've won 3 on the bounce comfortably and really, really dominantly as well. So I'm hopeful that we've got enough in us. So I've got Erkan Shaqiri in goal, Singo, Davinson Sanchez. I'm not too familiar with these two. Lucas Torreira, not familiar with those two that much. And then that is a ridiculous trio there. That trio there, utterly ridiculous. And then that side of the defence as well, and Lucas Torreira as well. I'm actually really impressed with the 11 that they've got. Mario Lemina's on the bench as well. Yusuf Demir's there. Mauro Icardi's on the bench. They've got a decent team, you know. Right. Say that one. And then let's just try and speed them up a little bit. Not really done much, but there we go. Right. Champions League time, Galatasaray, with a really, really good Galatasaray side with some absolutely stunning players in there, but we have got a fancy team of ourselves. We have rotated a little bit. Probably should have started Kirkes, but oh well. Now we are up to 11th, which is good, but we need a little bit more work. After that opening round draw against Bayern Munich, we need a little bit more work to push ourselves into the automatic qualification places. But we are on the way here at stadium in Turkey with Galatasaray. I don't know the name of the stadium. Again, I've said this before in a video. I am probably more of a football manager fan than I am a football fan at this point. I do still follow football, but I'm just not particularly... I'm not going to say I'm the most knowledgeable person in the world because I'm absolutely not. Right. So far, possession has been with Galatasaray. I'd like to see us get forward a little bit more. In fact, no, that was going forward. I keep forgetting we're not in red for this game. Right, Robertson gives the ball away. Not ideal. Wins the ball back, gives it away again. Mixed feelings there. Good opportunity there for Galatasaray. We will come up against a team who will just have our number at some point. So we just need to be aware that we're not going to have it all our own way. They've had more chances than us at the moment. Bit weird after the last few games. Again, we have rotated a couple of key positions. Hinselwood obviously is one of those. Gakpo, the fact that we're not starting Salah, Bradley obviously in there, Joe Gomez. So positions where we've had kind of set people, obviously Endo, Canate, Wirtz, and also Salah. So kind of the spine of the team has been a little bit replaced in this one. So we do need to bear in mind that we're not going to be quite as good as we have been. We need to be prepared to scrap a little bit here. Why is Conor Bradley so far forward? Again, I need to have a look at my set pieces. Right, Bradley has lost the ball there. It's where I'd like to be able to shout at the team because I'm not very happy with this start, especially with the games that we've had recently. Probably could have done with a win here to the point where I probably shouldn't have changed things as much as I have done, but hopefully it will be okay. Yellow card to Gomez, so we need to keep that in mind as well. Right, here come Galatasaray. If we can hit the ball off of them, that would be fabulous. Davinson Sanchez coming quite far forward here. If we can get the ball and go forwards, all of a sudden they're without a player. Now, what I am going to quickly do, I know it's near half time, so it's probably not worth doing this, but I'm just going to go on opposition instructions. And we're just going to change a few things. Take that off. Quite happy to do that. Quite happy to do that. I'm going on to anyone's weaker foot, which is fine. I'm quite happy to go with those. Okay, well, we're going hard on Torreira as well. Try and do a few things a little bit differently. Want to make sure their defence is not just having a chill. Now, it is half-time. We're under the cosh a bit in this one, so I think we might make a couple of half-time substitutions. I'm going to say that one, and then let's have a quick chat with a few of them. So, Bradley and Gomez not having particularly good games, so I'll chat with them about that. Interwood and McAllister and Gravenberch not having a particularly great time. And the forward line, well, Isaac's having a good game as well, but let's have a chat with those two. And the key things as they are, just to begin with, and then we'll see how we go. And we'll see whether we can push on. Right, big ball forward there, didn't really do anything. We do have a free kick here. It's going to be McAllister to take. Imagine if he took 6 this top bins. What a proper return to the team this would be. I was trying to will it into existence there, but it didn't quite work. You don't know unless you try. Right, McAllister again with the corner. Our set piece specialist from the looks of things. Again, I've not really looked at our set pieces, so I probably am going to do that. Maybe after this game, maybe off camera, I don't know. Oh, he's so unlucky. He's gone and hit the post. Just powered it through there, McAllister. Great opportunity. We are definitely playing better in this second half since we've made those changes. So let's try and keep that up, shall we? Add possession, what are they looking like? They're just dropping the wingers back. Okay, cool. Interesting. Right. They're still playing quite well, but we have definitely come back into this game. But they've got us under the cosh a little bit here at the moment. We need to be breaking forward a little bit here. What time are we on? Right, I think it is substitute o'clock. About time we started making some change just to properly get back into this one. We'll let this highlight play out. Then we'll see what we can do change-wise. Right, can we get in there for Sane? No, we can't. Sane gets it into the box. Gundogan just can't quite force it through. Big ball forward. It's too far for Isaac to get. And now Galatasaray coming back at us. I tell you what, Galatasaray, they have put together a tasty little team here. Right. Change of clock. What are we going to do? Well, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to bring on Mo Salah. Resting him hasn't paid off, really, has it? I'm also going to... Hinselwood's doing all right. I'm going to leave him on. Joe Gomez on the yellow card. We'll bring on Kanate. That's 2 changes. Gakpo's had an awful game. We'll bring on Curtis Jones, who can do a job there. I'm going to change him to an advanced playmaker because he can do that job. And Gravenberch hasn't done well, so Szoboszlai can come on too. That's 4 changes. We're going to go with that. I'm also going to shift us to be attacking. Let's just try and get at them a bit. And we're going to ask them to change the game for us. Just turn it around because they've gone up again. So we need to really get at them with these changes. Looks like we've done a decent job of starting to get back at them. But here they come again. Sane, I tell you what, he's some player, Sane. Right, I've had a horrible feeling we're going to give a penalty away there, but we haven't. Right, Connor Bradley. Not a terrible game here. He's doing all right. Waiting for the pass. Get it into Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones! Why has he had the shot there? Why has he had the shot? He's got... Isaac is right there. I think it was either Isaac or Salah. I can't completely who it was, but it was one of the forwards. What an opportunity. And he goes and does that. And we've now got a throw in. That's good. That is something genuinely good. But, oh my word, what an opportunity. Right, Robertson. Szoboszlai. Robertson again. Heavy touch from Robertson. That's got to be offside, surely. Surely. Kanate with that. How was that not offside, first of all? Keep an eye on the text commentary. Right. Free kick, but I'm still confused as to how that wasn't offside. I don't think Osimhen started in our half. Or in his own half, I should say. Right, it led to nothing though, which is good. We've really struggled in this one. We have really, really struggled. Right. I'm just thinking, can we do anything to up the tempo? Go a bit more direct. I'm thinking, Early crosses. They're balanced. Right, and final change. On a quick look through. Russ has not had the best of games. Don't know. I've really looked at this game as a bit of a walkover, and I really shouldn't have done. So that is completely on me. I'm just thinking maybe we take off Szoboszlai. No, I brought Szoboszlai and I can't do that. McAllister, that's who I want to take off. Swap these two around. Pop Isak in the middle. And we bring on Chiesa as a channel forward. And just try to disrupt them a little bit with that. These two can just be central midfielders. Chilling there. We'll have these two as trackers. We'll go with that. See what we can do. Can we force a winner here? I'd like to fire the boys up at this point, but we can't. But extra forward on. A draw in this game is not the end of the world, especially away from home. They've played very well. But it is a bit disappointing. But then I've probably made the mistake there of labelling this as a game where we could rotate. So I'm going to have a bit of a word with them. Not a great team performance. Could have done better. Should have done better. But we go again. Now we've got a couple of players in need of rest. I'm going to assume one of them is Mo Salah. Right, why will this screen not disappear? There we go, thank you. Right. Players in need of a rest. Robertson and Van Dijk. That doesn't surprise me, to be fair. And that probably played a lot of... Probably played a lot into that last performance because we were obviously letting them have a lot of chances. So Robertson will get rested for the next game. I think it's against Brentford. Kirkes will come in. And Van Dijk will come out for Canate, and we'll swap him and Gomez around. Give Gomez another game. Not had a particularly good season so far, Gomez, but we'll give him the opportunity. And then we'll probably start Frimpong again. So Bradley did have a good game last time out, but I do like Frimpong as well. We'll restore Endo back to the team. Szoboszlai wasn't particularly fabulous, but we'll bring him in for McAllister and swap him and Gravenberch around. And Wirtz is going to be fit again, so let's bring him in for... don't even know. Gakpo. And we'll just drop Gakpo for a little bit. Because Wirtz was playing well up until that slight knock, so hopefully he can just get back on the horse and get back going again. Cool. Let's go with that. Go with that. We'll limp along with our set pieces being how they are for the time being, and we'll change them when we feel like we need to. That was a disappointing game, though. Considering how well we've played against three really tough teams. Atletico Madrid, Chelsea, and Manchester United, and we battered all of them. Not ideal that we got kind of a bit stumped there by Galatasaray, but it is what it is, and it is Brentford that we've got coming up, so we'll play this Brentford game. I ideally wanted to play the next two games after this. This might be the final game of the stream. I'll see if I can push it a little bit longer and get us to the end of October. That'd be lovely if we can do that. I'll try and do that. I'd like to know how Villa did against Man City in that one. Villa won in real life. Gonna find out? No, it's not gonna tell us. Okay, well that's fine. That's fine. And second as it stands, and it is still a 7-point gap. So really, we do need to prioritise this. This does need to be a victory. That's not the one I wanted to click. Where is it? I want this to open, but it won't open. Upcoming match, that's the one. Right, so I recommend we should do balanced mentality is not going to happen. You know what? We'll do that for this game. It really wants us to go down the left side in every single game. And we'll press Pinnock. Jordan, we'll tackle him. Damsgaard, I'll leave that one. Shard, we'll go in hard. Uatara, we'll pop him on his weak first. We'll tackle him as well. Okay, so that's the 11. For the game against Brentford, it's going to be Alisson in goal. Gomez and Konate are your centre-backs. Wing-backs are Frimpong and Kirkes. Gravenberch, he's not going to be the holding midfielder. What's gone on there? It should be Endo. It is going to be Endo. And Gravenberch is going to start as well for McAllister. Get that the right way around. So it's going to be Endo, Gravenberch, Szoboszlai and Vert in the midfield. And then Salah and Isak are going to be your two strikers up front. Right. Let's go back into it, shall we? And let's see whether we can get back onto winning ways after the Galatasaray game. Again, they'll be disappointed with the Galatasaray game still. But again, that rotation was on me. Completely was on me. But we did it with the best of intentions in mind. Now, they are playing quite a defensive formation. I might have to take pass into space off. I may have to do that. Let's go into individuals. Let's have a word with these three. And you two. Play that. Try and G him up a little bit as well. Right, let's continue through everything. What I want to do quickly before we do anything is I want to press these three centre-backs. Everything else I'm quite happy with, but I want to make sure we're pressing the centre-backs. There's two at the back, press the goalkeeper as well, but if it's not, we'll just press the centre-backs. Right, we're starting with Brentford in possession, which is not ideal, but we win it back straight away, which is good. Right, Gravenberch, out wide to Frimpong. Frimpong out to Gomez. Gomez to Konate. Szoboszlai. Get the ball forward, gets to Isak. Isak, lovely ball to Florian Wirtz, who's been fouled there for Vandenberg, former Liverpool player, of course. It's been checked for a penalty. It's been given as a penalty. Although Wirtz down holding his leg, I don't see an injury symbol. I think he's buying for time. The VAR is having a look, and I think it has been given as a penalty. It has been confirmed. Now, I think Salah's going to be our penalty taker. I'm not 100% sure. Again, Wirtz not showing up as having an injury yet. I really hope he doesn't have one. Vandenberg with a yellow card. And are we taking the penalty while Wirtz in the box? No, we're not. Okay, and it is going to be Mo Salah to take it. And Mo Salah scores it. Back in front, as we should be, after that disappointing last game. Fabulous. Fabulous. Exactly what we wanted from a return back into this game. So Brentford, where are they? Currently 14th. We should be beating them with no problem, really. Doesn't mean we will, and it is away from home, but we should be beating them with little issue. Right. Music's going a little bit funny. Have a corner. So Szoboszlai whips it in. Again, I need to get their set pieces sorted. Aaron Hickey on an absolute mad run here. Just stopping music and restarting it for a second. Right. We've had more chances. Possession has been edged by us as well, although we've let them have a couple of chances. I mean, for Man United, we went the first half without letting them have a single opportunity. And Chelsea was very similar to that as well. So it's weird. It seems like we're probably better against the biggest, kind of most dangerous teams, but against the smaller teams, we're letting them have a few opportunities, which is not ideal. Right. Endo did a great job there getting the ball from Damsgaard. Wirtz now doing really well. Won that penalty, doing really well there. Getting into Isak, into Gravenberch, now to Frimpong. Lovely, lovely play here. Frimpong getting out wide, whipping it into the box. And there is Mo Salah with his second of the game. It's an assist from Frimpong. It's 2-0 in 26 minutes. That makes me feel a lot better. Makes me feel much better. Apologies, that was just me. I'm just looking on the page that I've got this music from. Some decent music. I might make this my page to get music from. Potentially. Feels like a good option. We shall see. Right. Definitely not having it all our own way, like we were with those other games as mentioned before, but we're doing well enough that I'm not unhappy with things. And 2-0 will be the half-time score, which is fine. Nothing spectacular, but it'll do. We're on top. But we have to let them have chances, which... I'll say that one to them, and then let's go into individuals. So Wirtz not had a particularly good game, although he won the penalty and he also is driven forward a few times as well, which, you know, I'd like to say that I think he's done better than what that represents. I'm going to tell Kirkez he's not been particularly good, and then everyone who's not on a 7 will just say to you that one. Right, second half. Go again. Don't feel the need to go attacking at this point. 2-0 will be fine. I'd like a third. I always like more goals, but I would like a third. So if we can get a third, I'll be really happy. Kirkez is on a yellow card. We do need to keep an eye on that. Right. Decent set play worked there from the looks of things. Didn't lead to anything, though. Right. Can we do something here, boys, about their attacking? Can we... There we go. Highlight. So, yellow card for... Frimpong will ignore that for the time being, not too worried about it. Right, Frimpong now. Ball into Szoboszlai. Dominic Szoboszlai. Dominic Szoboszlai. Doing the work again. Frimpong does really well to go past his man there. Lovely stuff. Ball in. Szoboszlai runs into the box late. And there he is. Front three occupying the centre backs beautifully, causing the space. Again, I disagree with Wirtz's rating in this game. He's done much better than that, in my opinion. Right, free kick here for Brentford. Ouattara looking to whip it in. He does, and Jordan Henderson has scored against his former club. Do you know what? Fair play to him. He's not celebrating as well. Good on you, Jordan. Good on you. Still a bit salty that he scored, but it is what it is. First time our defence has been breached this episode, which, you know, it is what it is. But we're 3-1 ahead, which is good, because I would have been furious if that had happened and it was, you know, 1-0 or 0-0. I'd have been really mad. Right, can we not let them get a second here, please, boys? Don't let them get any momentum. Right, we're meant to be pressing these guys. Can we start pressing them, please? Ball out wide. Hickey. Nearly let them score there. Right, Gomez with the header away. Rico went for the long shot. Jordan. Don't like this, boys. Right, here we go. Wirtz. Right. Oh, again, they'll be nervy in this game because it's 3-1, which is a good score, but I'm a little bit concerned. Right, Wirtz. I mean, as much as I think he's had a better game than that, we are going to take him off for Gakpo. Who is Dan's? Who? Why are you on the... Okay, fine. Do we take off Isaac? Probably not. I don't think there's a need to. Kirk has not had a particularly great game. I don't really want to bring Robertson on at this point, because obviously we want to avoid using him because he's quite tired. Can I put Gomez there? Gomez can play there, so. But then the whole point is not playing Kanata, is not playing Van Dijk because he's tired. Where is the other defender? Because that's what's blocking me from doing this. Unless Hinselwood, he's not on the starting 11. Why is he not there? What's happened to my bench? I've not put Dan's on there. I've not done that, and I don't believe anything's set up to have my assistant do anything. Which means basically what that means is I'm gonna have to leave Kirkez on, despite the fact he's not having a great game. Although he's not having a terrible game. No, he's having a terrible game. I can't take Endo off really as well. It's disappointing. Unless, I could put Gravenberch back. Although he's tiring actually, so let's keep things as they are other than Gravenberch, and we'll bring on Jones. Freshen things off. Up. Alisson's not had a particularly good game today either, actually, keeping an eye on it. Keep an eye on that. Right, we'll do those changes. And instruction-wise, I think, let's have a quick look. Out of possession. What do they... Let's step up a bit more. Give them less room to work with. Let's do that. See if that does anything. Right, we've got a corner from Mo Salah. If we get a fourth? Not from that we can't. Oh! I'll tell you what though, Isaac, nearly. Nearly getting the job done. I'm happy to keep it at 3-1. But a fourth would make me feel better. I'm being greedy there. I'm very happy with a 3-1 win against Brentford away from home. Right, Szoboszlai. Out wide to Kirkez. Kirkez, can he redeem himself from a not particularly great performance? He's holding on to the ball here. Gets it across. Frimpong nearly. Wins a corner though. Tell you what, Kirkez did really well to hold the ball up. He's actually jumped up to a 7 rating, so he has recovered quite well. Gakpo, not had a particularly good impact since coming on. Endo's dropped down a bit. Jones has been a bit anonymous. Can we get the ball off of these guys? Right, Damsgaard running forward here. Into Kayode. Jordan, Kayode. Whipped in. I tell you what, they're back in it. They're back in it. I'd be shouting at the team at this point. Right, we're going attacking. We need a fourth now. This is getting a little bit silly. Alisson's had a shocking game, by the way, today. Endo's not been particularly good. Gakpo's made no impact since coming on. Although, disallowed. He was involved in that move there as well, which was great. And Salah had a hat-trick there, but it has been disallowed. Tell you what, we're going to go to 3 up top. Just to get the best out of Gakpo, or to get like close to the best out of Gakpo. Pop into a channel forward. Out of possession. We'll do what we started to do in the last game. We'll have Salah and Gakpo be these guys. Change you guys to central midfielders. Or do we put you guys wide, actually? We could put you guys wide. Here. He's going to be tracking back. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. A bit more defensive shape. We'll go with that. I am a little bit perturbed by how we've let Brentford come back into this game. Again, the first 3 games in this stream have been fantastic, and then the last game with a draw, fine, not the end of the world. In this game, we've been scoring, but then we've let them come back in the second half, which is mildly concerning. Right, final couple of changes. Endo's not had a good game, so I'm going to bring on McAllister. Even though he can't really play in the position, he's going to have to deal with it, quite frankly. We'll change him to be a defensive midfielder, rather than going all the way back and dropping deep. Tell you what, pop you back up here. Have you be wide outlet winger. Have you be a wide coverer. Feels like it's sensible. And then I've got 2 more changes left. I'm not bringing on Van Dijk or Robertson with those changes. Again, what are you doing there? What is happening with my bench? I really don't understand it. Sabazlai shatters. I don't have another central midfielder I can bring on though, so he's going to have to deal with it. XTK could come on for Isak. He's not had a great game, Isak. So yeah, XTK. And then I don't have another centre-back other than Van Dijk, and I'm not bringing Van Dijk on. So do you know what? We'll leave it at that. Let's just see what we can do. Can we? Mainly to see the game through, but ideally I'd like to get another goal. You just would feel a bit more comfortable. Right. Henry. Right, intercepted by Frimpong. Lovely stuff. Lovely, lovely stuff. Going out wide. Waiting for someone to make themselves available. He's going to go for it all himself. I need to change the settings on some of the players to stop shooting. Frimpong's one of them. He just needs to not be doing that. Because if it was level, I'd have been furious with him there. I'm not happy with him, but I'd have been absolutely furious with him. Right, we've managed to see the game out here. To put us within 4 points of Arsenal, which is great. I'm going to say that one. Second half wasn't great. I'm going to have a word with Alisson. Really not happy with his performance. Endo. Let himself down. Verts. Wasn't at his best. Not happy with Gakpo. Everyone else I'm alright with. But the main thing is there that we won. The main thing is we got the victory. Away from home as well. The hilarious thing as well is that Van den Berg gave away the penalty, and from him playing in that game for Brentford, he also caused them to have to pay us money. So, I find that quite funny. Right. Yeah, your defensive work was not particularly great in that game, Jeremy, if I'm being completely honest with you. Right, let's rest some players. So, Bosley, Salah, Robertson and Van Dijk as an absolute priority. A Saturday, Sunday, Monday. It's either going to be a Tuesday or a Wednesday game, so we'll rest them for 2 days. Everyone else can have 1 day off. I think that makes the most sense. Oh my god, this does get a little bit frustrating, I'm not going to lie. I wish there was an easy way to select players in bulk. There probably is, and none of us have just worked it out yet. That's probably what is the case. Best players 1 day. Cool. Right, when is the next game? Leyton Orient. That should be one where we can kind of batter them in the nicest way after that kind of difficult performance. But again, although Arsenal have a game in hand, we are now 4 points behind them. We're kind of keeping pressure on them because we're maintaining that gap. And the onus is on them to try and increase it. Well, they can't increase it unless we drop points. The onus is on them to keep up with what they're doing because we're keeping up with what we're doing. Right, we will rotate against Leyton Orient, but we're not going to go silly with the rotation. If we can avoid it. So we scored none of our 9 shots attempted from outside the penalty area, but the fact that I know that Dom can just pile drive one in just means I'm not telling us not to. I'm just not doing it because I loved that goal. absolute wonder strike. Right, tactical advice. Let's have a look. What do they want us to do? Tom James. Always press him. Fine. Weak foot. Fine. Not going to mark him. Weak foot. Fine. Going to mark him. Tackle. Yeah. That'll do. Right. Injury update. Mohamedashvili 2 to 5 weeks. Calvin Ramsey 2 to 3 weeks. Not too bothered about Ramsey. Harvey Owen, are we bothered about you? Not really. Right, Vert. We might start Verts in this game just to hopefully get him a good performance. I mean, I'm saying that. It won't be the case. Right. I would start Mohamedashvili. Woodman, he's a League One player. Leyton Orient, our League One team. I could start Freddie Woodman. Do you know what? I'm going to start Freddie Woodman. Alisson probably does need a break after that last performance. Right. So, let's take out Frimpong for... Do you know what? Before anything, what has happened here? Because Connor Bradley's not in the 11. I don't... Or not in the bench. I don't know who this Dan's is. Get out. You're not meant to be there. So, Jones and Bradley need to be the way around. Someone has messed up my bench, and I did not do it. Absolutely furious. Right. Make you go there. Make you stay there. That's fine. That's all fine. So, Hinshelwood, I'm probably going to give a start to. Gravenberch. Let me pop him on the bench somewhere. Or someone. In fact, let me rest. Szoboszlai. He's been playing very well, but let's give him a break. I'm going to start Curtis Jones, actually, for Gravenberch. And I'm just thinking, is there a way to get Ngamoa involved in this one? Instead of someone. Salah, maybe? Do we rest Salah? And we'll start Ekitike, maybe? And then Leone, he's the one who I was thinking of. So we'll pop him on the bench instead of Van Dijk. So he's a rotated 11. It's literally the mistake I made against Galatasaray. But Galatasaray aren't a League One side. So I'm hoping that we don't need to worry too much. I'm actually going to pop us onto attacking as well. From the get-go, let's just try and batter them. That feels like the safest kind of course of action, I would say. But the 11 for this game is going to be Woodman in goal. Gomez and Konate are the centre-backs. Frimpong and Kirkes are going to be the wing-backs. Then we're going to have Hinshelwood, McAllister, Jones and Vert as the attacking midfield diamonds. And our forward line will be Ekitike and Isak. No captain? Have I not got... Oh, yeah, sure. Konate can do it. Fine. Yeah, I'm okay with that. We should have more than enough to win this game. Should being the operative word. Apologies, let me just get that music back on. It's just changed playlists. I think it went on to a completely other playlist there, which I didn't realise it had. There we go. More like it. Right. So, we'll say that one. Put a bit of pressure on them today. Hasn't really done anything in terms of G them up. But we'll probably make this the final game. I did want to do the Villa game as well, but this is probably going to be the final one. We'll see what everything looks like after this game, but I think we're probably going to end up here as the final game of the stream. But we are underway against Leyton Orient. Again, we should be absolutely demolishing them. We have rotated heavily. Different goalkeeper. Hinshelwood starts. Jones starts. Ekitike and Isak are the strikers up front. All good players, by the way. It's just that they're not normally the starting 11, some of them. So, you know, opportunity for them. And the last time they had an opportunity, it was against Galatasaray, and it didn't necessarily pay off the way that we'd like it to. We'd quite like it to pay off today. I might actually take off into space. I'm going to do that once going into background. Pass into space. The reason why I'm going to do that is because we've scored, by the way, Florian Wirtz. The reason why I'm doing that is because they're going to be so defensive in this game that there's not going to be much space to pass into. So we're going to go direct to our players, and then our players are hopefully going to get the job done. McAllister, by the way, finding Frimpong. I mean, I might challenge the tactical adjustment there because he found space. And he just gets it into that forward line. It's a skirmish. It's a bit of a squabble over the ball around the goal, and then we just force it in, and Florian Wirtz gets a goal. Hopefully that's the start of him being back on his way to winning, not winning ways, but good form, hopefully. Right, Leyton Orient kick off, and here they come, and now the aim is to get the ball off of them as quickly as possible and then try and score a second. And Ed Frimpong just doing it straight away. He gives the ball away, but the ball ends up going to Wirtz. He gives the ball away, ends up going to McAllister. We just keep getting the ball. We can't stop it. Frimpong into Wirtz, looking for his second, can't find it, but Frimpong will keep possession with us. McAllister now into Hinselwood, over to Kirkez, looking for Ekitike, couldn't quite find him there, and that is the end of the highlight. But again, good pressure. Good, solid work from us in an attacking sense. They are going to be difficult to break down. The fact that we scored so early on is a very good thing, but we do need to keep that pressure up because they are going to be difficult to break down. Right, Jones into Isaac. Went for it there. Frimpong now. Looking to get the ball to the line. Cuts back to Wirtz. Into Curtis Jones. Into Frimpong. And Simkin makes the save, and it is still 1-0, but we are all over them. Again, we are set to attack today. There's no point in not being. We might as well just try and bulldoze them as much as we can. It should hopefully mean that they're focused on defending and we can just not have to worry about any silliness. Right, Kirkez gets it to Wirtz. Wirtz loses the ball, actually, a bit concerning. And now we win the ball straight back. Wirtz now with the ball. Goes out wide to Kirkez. Kirkez coming to the line. Finds Frimpong. Frimpong. And there's Curtis Jones. I mean, again, these fullbacks like to have shots. They really do. I don't mind them liking to have shots, but they like them a bit more often than I perhaps would be comfortable with. But 2-0 is a good score for 23 minutes. Really happy with that, especially with the rotation that we've made. Frimpong, again, is that a shot? He's looking for a cross. I'm not too sure there. I do need to change both fullbacks to not shooting because every now and then it does irritate me a little bit. Kirkez has been better than a 6.6 so far, I think. There we go, 7. As soon as I say that, he jumps up, which is great. Everyone having a decent performance so far. We've been absolutely all over them. We've let them have a decent amount of the ball, to be fair. Which, it doesn't surprise me because we seem to play better like that. We let teams have a bit of the ball, and then when we get it, we kind of make it happen. Right, Kirkez floating it over, looking for Frimpong. Couldn't say the words then, couldn't quite find him. But it's fine. Gomez now. Over to Canate. Canate. Driving forward with the ball. He wants a goal. We'll forget about that one, Ibrahim. We'll forget about that. Ibrahima? Is it Ibrahima? I'm getting his name wrong. Is it Ibrahim or Ibrahima? I can't see on here, which is annoying. Do they have a different out of possession formation? They do. They narrow. They go narrow a little bit. Okay, interesting. You know what? Let's, in the nicest way, let's keep it on that just so we can keep an eye on whether they change it or not. Well, they've actually had a little bit of action in our half there, but it's ended up still only 2-0. Again, because they've been difficult to break down. Right. I'm going to actually change the pass into space back again. Because I actually think I don't know. I think that might have worked a little bit better, to be honest. Right. Team shape. Do you want to make any changes? I'm actually going to take Canate off for Leone. Drop down to 1.5 star, but he should be okay against the League One team. Well, we'll find out if that's a mistake, but let's do that. Right, Leone's on. don't think it's his first appearance for us. I don't think it's his first appearance in general for Liverpool, but we've definitely not used him that much. Every time I've wanted to use him, he's ended up not being on the bench. So we'll see whether we can do a good job for us today. Woodman, touch wood so far, done okay. Obviously, we would start Mamardashvili were he not injured, but he's injured, so, you know, a bit limited as to what we can do there. Get a bit more of the ball in our half, which I'm not overly happy with. We can do something about that, lads. That'd be fantastic. There we go. That's more like it. Oh, no, coming back our way. Okay. Down a few, well, I say a few more opportunities. They've doubled their chances by having a second shot. Right, here we go. Highlight with Leyton Orient in possession. Zuni getting it forward to their midfield. And I tell you what, they're coming forward here. We can get the ball off of them, lads. We're letting them pass it around, which is fine to a degree, but not around here. And they've gone and scored. And they've gone and scored. I'm not happy with the fact that we've conceded that there. And again, I'd be berating the team at this point. I would absolutely be shouting at them. Tell you what we need to do is we need to start forcing them inwards. Let's force them through the middle. Because that started from wide. So let's make them have to play through our middle where it's a bit more congested. Right. Free kick. McAllister looking for someone. Finding Isaac. Can't quite get it in there. TK can't win the header either. I really thought we'd be battering them in this game, but they're set up so defensively that it's just been difficult to cut through them. Right, Simkin with possession of the football. I was praising Woodman as well, and then look what happens. Leone's not been particularly great since he started as well. We've given possession away straight away. It's Leone who's given the possession away as well. Are we going to regret that substitution? They've gone out wide again. This is literally where they got their goal from. They've gone and equalised. They have gone and equalised. Wow. It started so well in this video, and it's kind of gone downhill. I mean, I can't take Leone off because I don't have another centre-back. Other than Endo, and he's not a centre-back. But we need to make a change. All over us. Right, I tell you what we're going to do. Similar to the last game. I'm going to pop a couple of the boys out wide, out of possession. Because I feel like that's where we're getting caught out. Nah, it doesn't work because we need more cover in the middle. I'm overreacting a little bit here, I know, but I'm not happy. I'm not happy at all with the fact that we've let them do that. Right. We've got to get a goal. And we've got to win this in normal time. Tell you what, let's pass into space. No, we're already doing that, sorry. Let's just pause. What do I want to do? What I want to do is this one. I want to be working the ball into the box. Encourage our dribbling. Go with that. I can't believe we've let them come back into the game. It's literally Brentford all over again. And you know what? It's been since Van Dijk's not started. Both games have got that in common. Right, Isak, he's got to score here. He does. It's been disallowed. Oh, my word. Everything's going against us. Everything's going against us. I mean, poor old Liverpool, you know, but... Oh, my word. Right, can we make any more changes? I can't take Isak off, can I? I mean, I know I can, but... Do we need to throw another striker on? Maybe we bin off Hinselwood. Okay, here's what we're going to do. Bin off Hinselwood for Chiesa. We're going to go with 3 strikers. Definitely pause. Thank you. And then we'll swap Chiesa and Isak. I'll swap him and Ekitike and do that. Gonna have these two stay more in the middle. Pair of central midfielders. And out of possession, gonna have Isak as the striker. These two drop back. These two can stay here. Tell you what, we'll get you two pressing. Yeah. And then Leone, I'm sorry, but he's coming off Rendo. I don't like the fact that I'm making that change, but we've got to do something. He's just not playing well at all. Not going to be an advanced centre back, that feels crazy, but we're going to go with that. Any other changes that I feel comfortable making? I mean, I don't really want taking Isak off because he's just got the ability to change things for us. Maybe McAllister off for Gravenberch. Yeah, we'll do that. Right. Can we get a winner and not have to go to penalties or added time or anything daft like that? It's a free kick to them. Oh! Oh, the stream started so well. Don't let it end badly. We're going to take this free kick here, lads. Right, there we go. Oh my... Oh, it's disallowed. Oh my God. I don't know what I would have done then. Right, we're in added time. Right, come on. This has got to be the moment. This has got to be the moment. Okay, let's whips it in. Isak flips it back, and there's Jeremy Frimpong. Oh. Right. The sync I wanted to do, it's not going to matter anymore. I took passing to space off. I thought I'd put it back on, but I haven't. The sync I wanted to do, I mean, we're playing through the press anyway. Maybe we take that off. Maybe we take that off. Oh my word. That has been stressful. Kirkhead with the free kick. Isak goes for goal. It ends up with Frimpong, who heads it in. Bullet header. 3-2. Hearts of Leyton Orient fans broken potentially. Imagine if we get another one now. Right, Chiesa. Gets back to Frimpong. Into Gravenberch. He's gone for it. And now Leyton Orient have a chance to counter-attack here. Oh my word, they're counter-attacking. The flag is not up. And Woodman has to make a big save. Are you kidding me? What a dramatic game. At Anfield as well. I mean, that is a disappointing performance. It's a 4-1 XG, and it was 3-2. Yeah, I'm going to say that. Not happy. Although I will say, Frimpong, I will say I'm happy with him. And Jones as well, actually. I'm not saying that to anyone else, though, because that was a bit of a lazy performance. But we got through it, and that's the main thing. That is the main thing. Got £15,000, lovely. Frimpong, great performance from him. And he only makes his debut. It wasn't a great performance because we had to sub him off. Right, well, we're going to leave it there for today. Good 3-hour stream. Very happy with that. Nearly got to the point I wanted to, which was the Villa game. So we'll come back for that one. And then we'll try and plough through as much of November as we can when we return as well. That feels like a good plan to me. I was going to say, well, the music stopped. The music stopped because it was at that point. But yeah, I'm really happy with the progress that we've made. Again, just to quickly confirm what we've done in today's video. Go to fixtures. So we started with the game against Atletico Madrid. Absolutely smashed them 3-0. Smashed Chelsea 4-0. Smashed Man United 3-0. And then it's 3 very difficult games that really shouldn't have been. Like, it's like the wrong way around in this video. Easy games against Atleti, Chelsea and United. And then Galatasaray couldn't get past them. Nearly conceded against them as well. Brentford 3-2, Leyton Orient 3-2. We should not have really struggled in those 2 games. However, we did have rotated 11s in all 3. We did rotate players around. We still should have done quite well, but obviously we didn't. So it is what it is. But we are going to leave things here for today. Thanks so much if you're watching either live or on YouTube or even on Twitch on repeat as well. It does mean a lot anyone watching this. And if you are looking forward to seeing the next part of this save, keep an eye on socials. Keep an eye on your X, keep an eye on your Blue Sky, keep an eye on your Threads. On all of those, I'll put a post on there, as well as YouTube as well. Check me out on YouTube as well. The full stream will be over on there, as well as my Birmingham City save, which is going to have started today around 1 o'clock. Around 1 o'clock? It's past 1 o'clock. Around 4 o'clock, I meant. But yeah, that's going to be it for today. So, without any further ado, I will see you either in another stream or in another video. I've been Stu, you guys have been awesome, and I will see you next time. Take care, and bye-bye for now.